Hello, players.
Hello.
Hello, DM.
I always say it twice because that's the cue that the game kind of starts, and I know where to cut for the opening on YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
Oh, that's smart.
Thank you. Ooh, death over here. So when last we left our heroes, we left on sort of a narrative cliffhanger. You had met Kithriel, the very comforting, easy to get along with and understand elf, who is reasonable in every way.
I don't remember him like that.
No.
Quinn just calls it right out.
different strokes for different folks, as they say. It's hard to really understand Kithriel just in general. Kithriel was well received by some folks that want a Kithriel plushie, which we will follow up on and do our best there. I think we actually are going to see the Ashdale plushie first. I think that's actually, someone's literally going to make that. She might be sitting next to me.
That's actually really
It might be a thing that someone
sick.
tries to make, yeah.
That's
I
sick.
probably already have all the yarn that I need because Doom boxes.
That's the power of
Love.
of Doombox times.
I
So-
don't have the right colors, but yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
I might.
that means the Doombox grows.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I was often told, you have so much yarn. Why do you need more? And I'm just like, because I don't have that specific shade of red. It's a thing.
Well, so yes, you met Kithriel. And Kithriel, the ancient 3,000 question mark 4-2. We don't know how old Kithriel is. Kithriel doesn't speak to it, and they have outlived all other elves on the planet. There might be someone who knows how old he is or has some idea, because there are even older beings. Some of them you know. But in any event, you met them. They had some strange things to say to each of you. And then at the sort of the surprise end of the conversation, he was asked if he knew where Elvir was. And he led you through this Quellen settlement, this little village, to a very small little house in a tree. And within, you found an Elvir. And that is where we left off, if I'm not mistaken. So Mielavir and Esmeralda have their arms around Elvir as the curtain comes up, with Ranmar and Finnegan also in the room, and Rachel very quietly stepping in behind.
Is Ashdale here too?
Yeah, Ashdale's,
Okay.
she's tall, so she's like in the doorway, basically, kind of like keeping an eye over her shoulder outside, because she doesn't trust Kithriel for some reason.
I mean, that's valid.
You know,
That's
sort of
valid.
like keeping an eye
Just
outside
wanted
as well as the scene.
wanted to ask. I was afraid she'd like wandered off and got herself lizarded.
Lizarded?
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Lizard.
Lizarded. That's what
wander.
Stop
happened
it.
to those dwarves who came looking for trouble.
That's
They were
true.
turned the lizard that
He's
the
rolling
queen picked
dice.
up and stop it.
High or low, Frashy?
No.
Low, you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
I said no.
that means I get to choose.
No.
Oh, then which
No.
is it?
No.
No, pick one.
Can I guide Fraggy IRL?
Wait, can I bardic you inspiration URL?
You can do your best to encourage.
I don't want to be responsible.
Don't worry, you won't be technically. I'm the one that rolled the dice.
Oh no.
Wait, I thought you had rolled it. That feels worse.
I mean, the number's already in there. All you got to do is pick the right side.
Do you want me to hold my hands behind my back? Do you want me to hold my hands behind my back? True guess.
There you go.
True, like randomness.
There
All
you
right,
go.
wait. What's it? High or low?
Yeah, high or low.
All right. All right, Freddy. Left or right?
Right.
You've confronted one choice with
It's
another
low.
choice.
Which is the right decision. Ashdale is still in the door.
Thank you, Quinn.
Power of luck.
Now that my anxiety is through the roof and my
Take it.
heart rate is
So glad.
probably really high,
We got to jack the anxiety up right before kickoff.
I'm gonna check my heart rate for that moment. It's probably like 110.
In the midst of the hug, Elvire notices the other folks in the room, and there is a long, quiet moment where he and Rachel lock eyes. And they both have very subtle, warm smiles.
Aw.
And he says,
That's nice.
"Hey, Whippy." And she says, "Hey, idiot." "That's fair," he says. So, I'm sure you all have a lot of questions. He says, "She's please enter and close the door." He says, "Ashdale will comply." There's enough seating in here for most of you to sit. Ashdale is standing and leaning against the door. A couple of people can sit on the bed, and otherwise there's plenty of chairs in this otherwise small room with just a table, basin, and a bed. A few books that one of which Elvire had been reading when you entered.
I'll snag a chair.
I think I still have my arms around him and probably won't be letting go for a bit.
That's fair. Mealavir will
Yeah.
sit in the bed.
What happened? I'll be the one to ask. What happened?
You must be Master Ranmar, the cleric of Bakab,
Oh,
Elvire says.
yes. I'm so sorry.
Quite all right.
Yes.
No, I have the full dossiers on all of you. It's part of my job, you understand.
I valid.
Wait, what dossiers?
Well, I mean, it's memorized now. I don't carry the scroll work with me. That would be a vulnerability, especially since, I was dead, and I left all that stuff in the forge. Oh, yeah, Mealavir says, "I guess I can give it back." And she wanders over and throws his sword and mask on the table as if it's trash, and then goes back to the bed. "Thanks for keeping that safe for me. Just a coincidence," she said.
Esmeralda kind of touches the bow and
He'll stop you. He puts his hand on it and prevents you from drawing it.
But it's yours.
No, that is much better suited to your hands, sister.
It was very nice. It was very nice. Gonna make me cry.
I'm glad that we could have this conversation. Finally, I've been nervous about it, but looking forward to it just the same. It means we're doing it right so far. Good job, everybody. So,
You're very welcome. But what are we doing right exactly?
well, that does beg a lot of questions, doesn't it? I don't know where to start exactly. I suppose we could start with, I don't know, maybe where you found me. That's where you want to start? Okay, why were you there? Well, there's a few things you might think. Let's start with observation, he says. Are you going to be like Mom right now? Mealavir says. Maybe a little bit, he says, because, I am her son. But I want you to know I'm here to help. Yeah, I get that, Mila says. You're still angry? Elvire says. Well, I'm still pissed at Mom, but I was never angry at you. Thank you, Elvire says. Even though you're an idiot, Mila says. Elvire smiles, and then sort of like his eyes move left and right as he tries to recall what he had been saying. And he nods slowly. Mom knew you'd be mad, Mila. And she knew that you would walk. Rescind your position even. Because she knew you would never believe that I said no. Even though I did. What? Mila says.
You did say no?
I said no. Let's look at what's happening in this room right now.
Now I'm angry.
Veer, our mother, is the master of spies for the Sinlean elves. And the elves have known, the Sinlean elves have known, we have to make that distinction now. The Sinlay is known for a very long time that this was coming. They didn't know who the wardens were going to be, but they did know that Veer would bear one of them. And so they've had an eye on the three of us for a while. They didn't know what the wardens meant, but they knew that Cheldenhoff would be very interested in whatever we did. And now we have these artifacts popping up from some historic human nation of wizards that no one remembers, and the gods don't know about it. Every elvish noble, every member of the council has their mind on this. And had the master of spies sent her three most trusted assets to deal with this, or even one of her most trusted, two of us, it would have been very high profile. Many powerful beings across the plane would have recognized that something was going on. Even if they didn't know, they would know where something was happening. And every member of the council would know that she is making a move for power, the spy master, a move for control. It would be no different than the armies walking into Hollice, high profile, easy to notice. And it's something they considered as well. What will the elf involvement be here? And how much notice do we want to draw? At the same time, how much are we willing to risk? And so here's something to think about. Let's say she sends Esmeralda. Esmeralda is young, a rookie in terms of any of the orders, not a member of Kula Honoras, not actually on her detail. It must not be that big of a deal because she only sent her youngest daughter. And then her most trusted asset goes rogue into some dwarven dungeon and dies trying to rescue his girlfriend. She's lost control of her most trusted asset. And then, of course, he looks at Milivir. Her next most trusted asset loses her shit and storms out. And where does that bring her? Well, the elves don't know. And they think I'm dead. But I said no because Mom told me to say no. And now it's on the record that I'm dead. And then Mariel resurrected me here, which was the plan.
Now I'm really mad.
The three of us were brought together because Mom schemed to make it so that we can be united and no one knows that we are. Now, I understand you're being a little frustrated. You're still in Elvir's arms, right, I think? Mm-hmm. Because it's a pretty surreptitious way to go about it. But it does mean we have a massive advantage. For one thing, pretty easy to cover up my involvement. And Milivir, I love you, but everyone knows you're the loose cannon. She says. Which means no one knows what you'll do. But Mom knew. Here you are. Here I am with Ez. Fuck, fine, Milivir says. Does that help? So you weren't in there to rescue me? Rachel says. Well, I mean, I was, and I'll be honest with you. So I staked that asshole out for the better part of 6 months on and off. And we waited for him to lose patience, harass you. And of course, you killed the asshole because he stepped into the ring and you got your hands on him. And then his clone showed up. And before the next clone could cook, I made my move. Now, I could have just killed him straight out. And I have to admit to you all, I regretted not doing it. But this wouldn't have worked had that happened. So I poisoned him, and I was really hoping the poison would take effect slowly. And he took advantage of that moment to roast my previous vessel, which, by the way, was very painful.
Did not look
I was gonna
Great.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. I'd rather not do that
Yeah.
again. Thank you, if I can help it. And maybe I can't do that again. This is my 4th time, I think, or something.
Yeah, can you
Is
can
there
you
a
not,
limit?
please?
Anyway, he managed to escape, I think. I don't know where he is. So I'd like to spend time looking for him if I can. But we all have things to figure out. So what's next, Wardens?
Quick. Can we have like quick like summed up version of what happens so my brain can like
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, we'll pull the camera back a little bit. So essentially, he just explained that he answered a whole bunch of questions that had been like plaguing the campaign for a while. Mulevir's been pissed the whole time about why send Esmeralda? Why not Elvir? Why not me?
right.
What was Elvir doing in that dwarvish keep? Why did Mulevyr wander in to Hollice all pissed off and defecting from her role and, cursing her mother's name and deciding to like hang out with her sister to figure out what was happening? And the reason Esmeralda is mad is that it's because Veer, the spy master, set them all up like dominoes because she knew this is how it would play out. And, the presentation is sort of Elvir's take on it is that she knows the 3 of her kin, her children, are the people she can trust the most to do this and to take care of each other. And she also cares about her kids and wants them to be safe. And this is the best way to do that. But if she'd sent all 3, it would have drawn a lot of heat. Like other powers, it's always a struggle for power in government, right? And so, if she had sent all 3 of her most trusted assets to Hollice, even the members of the council who didn't know that that's where the artifacts were would suddenly have known, right? And they would have been like, why are you making this massive move? Like, you don't get to control this. We need to do other things. We're going to send like a unit of the army there. And then, and then that's playing out. That it would have been much more hostile for Hollice. And so she made sure that it didn't happen. But I mean, he hasn't spoken to why it won't happen now. So, because now people are going to start figuring out that the artifacts are there, even though it's only Esmeralda on paper. Does that help?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
We can put the camera back in.
So, what is the plan now that everybody's where they're supposed to be?
Well, almost, Elvir says. There are a few more pieces that have to fall into place now. And this is just me positing. This isn't stuff that Mom told me. But a few things have to be the case, or this wouldn't have happened. 1, Mother must have had contact with the Quellen before this. And given the way every other member of the Quellen has spoken to me, all of the Denali had no expectation of seeing anyone from outside ever. Tells me that Kithriel has been wandering around talking to people. Kithriel and our mother must have spoken. So they must have known that this would play out this way, which is why Mariel was...
Kithriel not the ridiculously old one?
Kithriel is the ridiculously old one.
You said Kithriel and her mother.
Kithriel and Veer, Esmeralda's mom, must have been speaking.
Oh.
That's what Elvir is positing.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I was okay.
There's a lot of names, don't worry. I got you.
Okay.
So Kithriel has been a part of some of these events getting teed up, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
But does that mean Childenhoff is in it too? Is in on it? Like,
there are a lot of powerful entities that are sort of involved in events and have different interests in things playing out certain ways.
okay. Dope. Dope.
You're kind of at the center of it, since you literally have the prophesized power to open the vaults. Congratulations, says the narrator.
Great.
That's great.
Awesome. Love that for us.
Me too, honestly. I think it's a fun campaign setup. Now we're getting into it. We're now knee deep in the pool, kind of.
So, but I maybe I missed it again. But what is our move? What's the
Well,
what's the like next step?
I sort of leave that to you, Elvir says, since you're the ones who have the items and understand. You've seen at least one of these vaults by now, I assume.
Yes.
I think
As far
we
as
will-
governance is concerned, now that my dear sister is the ambassador, he says, looking at her, that means that the Sinlay cannot send the army to Hollice, because that would be considered a hostile action against the Quellan. Now that the Quellan is involved, and Hollice is about to have a formal diplomatic relationship with the Quellan, then the Sinlay and the Quellan will have to send ambassadorships to Hollice and set up embassies there, which would make Hollice the only nation on the continent to have a diplomatic relationship with the Quellan. And that will make them vital to the Sinlay. And you will have the protection of both, because they will count on you to exist, which is not going to be 100% good. But it will also be somewhat good.
Why not 100%? What's the...
Both of them are going to have things they're going to want. And they know they have much more power militarily and resource-wise than Hollice does. The thing that they don't have is you.
Oh.
Love that for us.
We're pretty, I mean, pretty great. I'd want us too.
I'm scared.
You have a lot of other allies, and a lot of people don't understand those relationships. For instance, there is a rumor in the Sinlay that you are either subservient to or allied with the dragons Viknok Nigaroth that lives in the mountains, the last dragon on this side of the continent. And she is pretty feared by the Sinlay. And if you have a diplomatic relationship with the dragon, they would be foolish to make a move on your little town, wouldn't they?
Oh, that's true.
There's a distinct possibility that someone I know may or may not have sowed a rumor that that is the case. You're welcome.
Someone you know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard to say, really. I know a lot of people.
All right.
Wait, the Sinlay don't like Nightscale?
No. She's a black dragon.
She's so cool, though. She's so cool. I don't know. She's so cool.
I admit that the party I referenced did not believe the rumor that they seeded, and yet
Here we are.
now I have my own suspicions.
Wait, what?
Moon. It was
Am I confused?
It's 5 minutes until 45, by the way. So-
I was damn close.
I know you were really damn close. I'm so sorry. That's such a side tangent to the actual thing.
We made
going
a little
on.
wager on when May was going to wake up and demand to eat, and I was like, "You've got 45 minutes."
Oh, wow.
5 minutes off. You were like on the dot.
Nailed
so
it.
close.
Nailed it.
Okay, but I am confused. Why does the Sinlay not like Nightscale?
She's a black dragons are evil, is the narrator's comment to Munu.
Judgy.
It is judgy, and statistically
Okay.
speaking, it's true.
Can I stand up for Nightscale? Can I speak?
You
to
sure can.
Nightscale's like I want to.
Elvir did not say she was evil, but he's clearly a little bit perplexed. Also,
Oh wait.
I hope the implication is clear that Elvir is the person that spread that rumor. Says the
Yeah.
narrator.
And
Oh,
what
That-
party were you talking about? 'Cause
Huh?
I'm confused.
Elvir said he spread a rumor throughout the Sinlay that there is a diplomatic relationship between Nightscale, who we refer to by her proper name. Don't worry about spelling that. Her and Hollice / the Wardens.
But you said something
Yeah.
about a party. I'm confused.
You were the party. The party, the heroes, the Wardens, those are synonyms.
no, I think what they're referring to is that Elvir initially said that a party. spread the rumor.
Oh, yeah. No, he's talking about himself. He was being
Oh, okay.
He is the party.
he's
The
being some
party
cheek.
of-
He was the party in
yeah.
that conversation. So sorry.
No, you're good. Apparently I need some Tylenol. Okay, right.
God.
Okay.
I'm
back
giving you a
on
headache
it.
with my names. It's too much.
I'm staring into bright ass lights.
That
I
also
can't
is,
help
yeah,
it.
that is a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Get Moonu some sunglasses, chat. Go subscribe to Moonu and give them
I have
money for
some
sunglasses.
really cool ones that would actually help.
Mom.
Oh.
The
Just
problem
have
is I didn't.
full glasses
no,
on
they're in
screen.
my car. In my cars with my parents. I don't have sunglasses that will help. Never mind.
So close, but so far.
So far. Okay. Right. Okay. So
So now you know.
so that then why I don't okay, man, I'm just confused. I'm not gonna ask any questions because I'll figure it out later.
Okay. You're allowed to ask questions now. It's okay.
There's a lot that I don't know why it's happening.
You don't know why. I mean, yeah, at the core, no one is actually understanding completely. All that people get is that the artifacts are important, and whoever controls them has power to make some decision. They don't know what the decision is. They don't care. They just want to make sure that they're the ones making it for the interest of their nation. That is the motivation behind almost everybody after these things. They don't know what they'll do, but they want to have them. Right? If there was like a special weapon that whoever was holding it could specify whatever demographic they wanted to die and it would work. Don't you want to have that fucking thing in your hand specifically? Because if anyone else has it, you can't be sure you're not the target. But if you have it, you are sure you're not the target. That is the fear that's driving everybody after these things. No one knows how powerful they are or what they can do. It doesn't matter. They want to make sure they have them so that when they figure out what it is, if it's mundane, no big deal. If it's super dangerous in the way I described it, they have the hands on it, no big deal. So that is a motivation behind every nation that finds these out is going to have similar wants. So Anurian, Caden, Stalthus, Theolstoff, any nations in the far reaches, Sinlay, the Quellan.
And
Does that mean I have to be paranoid about people currently in the room with us or people like talking to us in the Quellan?
Right now, you have your party. Like the heroes are in here as well as the Veers. If there's someone in this room you don't trust, it might be good to have that out right now. Because
no, I was rechecking who I think the people in the room are safe. I can't remember where. I think the person who was like guiding us through stuff, and then Kithriel, and then we've only met
Trillia,
the queen.
Mariel the queen,
Mariel.
Trillia her daughter.
Yeah.
Trilia's a princess, daughter of the queen.
Oh,
but none of them are in here right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Where did they go?
Kithriel
had
vanished.
Oh yeah, Kithriel's gone, but
Left you alone with Elvir. Yeah.
We had talked about briefly coming up with like a code so that we know that no one's an imposter.
yes, yeah. I would like to revisit
Ooh.
now that we have the proper people in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's revisit the code.
Yeah.
What's the code going to be?
Good question.
That's not a good code, Elvir says.
That's no.
Look, she's a little parrot.
Don't
Oh my
sass
god.
me, please.
Oh,
Ah,
man.
I wonder where my sisters get it, Elvir says.
She's sitting on me. Can you not walk on me? She's full parrot. Look at
Aw.
this.
She's so hungry.
Oh my god, that's
Parrot
right.
cat.
She has to eat. I'll take a potty break like halfway through and it'll be fine.
I told you, 45
Is she
minutes to
right?
chaos. Okay. All right. What should our okay.
What about
everybody? What languages y'all speak? We could at least weed out some, maybe, if we've got something other than common, right?
I don't think I speak any language besides common and the one I can.
And halfling. Oh,
And halfling.
oh no. Okay, never mind. Kidding.
I don't think I can. I think
Is
there's
that
something
known?
that can help me do that in the future.
Tongues.
Maybe tongues.
Spell. Yeah.
Something like that. I could remember if it was like with my
You could.
college or like if it was a
That might
spell.
Is that known, though?
It.
don't
I think
that's
it's a
known.
spell you have, and then I told you it's like I can prepare it. I wouldn't have it
Oh, maybe
ready
so,
like
yeah.
immediately, but I could have it. And my understanding was I could cast it on somebody. I have to double check, but
Right.
that's a spell I can have. which is why
Rachel
I think you
Rachel
take it.
says Vexnictros Valix. It's demonic for love. No demon will say that.
Huh.
Oh, demon love.
I like it.
That might be
I'm gonna.
a safe bet.
What is that? Rachel, can you say that one more time, please? Maybe
I need
spell
my
it.
book. Hang on, hang on.
She smiles, says, I'm not going to teach you the whole language. It's not safe. Vex Neek Tros Valix.
My pen has escaped. I'm sorry.
I'm curious to how you spelled that, Moon. I want to compare our spelling.
I was looking for
And
my book.
Fraggy, and I
missed
see
it.
Fraggy writing too.
I
Yeah,
don't even know
hold on.
anything beyond the first syllable. Oh,
Oh, I can't
Oh, I
spell it
have to
because
spell it.
mine's probably not right.
I'm scared.
Excellent.
Okay, but we'll figure it out. We'll at least get close enough for the narrator to be like, "Yeah, you
now
got
you
it."
know the
right?
code. You know the code. It's infernal, literally infernal for love.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold
That's
on,
kinda
just
cool.
for funsies. I was like, what was
this is
it?
a nice
Oh,
pen.
it was draconic. I picked up.
Thank you.
Hey.
My favorite.
Still have
I
one
buy
more
one of
language
those a year,
though.
so
I'm
I
just
have a couple of them.
Okay. All right. I like that password. That's good.
Really good password.
It's a really good password.
Thanks.
Like impossible to guess.
That's what I thought.
That's a good one.
Well
Wait,
done.
is there anything else demons can't say? I'm curious
No,
about
they
that now,
can
but I
say it,
don't
but
wanna-
they wouldn't think to. Why would they think to? I'm the only one with the. I'm defective. I'm defective, Rachel says.
Defective.
Proudly defective. Proudly wrong.
Oh,
Proudly
okay.
broken.
Okay.
Happily
We're
incorrect.
all proudly broken.
Yeah. I'll accept that.
I mean, I'm glad for that.
Sweet.
You don't have
That's
to
a-
get the "be kind to you" speech.
So wait, so now this is our password for essentially anybody who is not them.
The people in this room know the password.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
That means we're
rate
gonna
that.
have really cool moments in the future when we go, "What's the password?"
And then the
then we have
doppelgangers,
to
they're
say
like,
it.
shit. The jingle's
We're
up.
like, that's not it.
And they say,
That's not the password.
Ashmar. The password's Ashmar. And you'll have to kill the person that says Ashmar.
I sure wish I could hear you.
Oh no! No! That needs to be repeated.
Oh, Ravi getting fuzzed.
I don't know what set her off. There's nothing out there. Shut up.
She's mad about the idea of there being imposters.
She's trying
Apparently.
to get us
Okay.
the imposters.
So I missed all of that because she's just been barking and growling nonstop.
Oh,
Okay.
poor pup.
Great. Sorry. Ravioli, this is your fault. Okay. What's happening?
They were
Sorry.
celebrating the password.
Okay.
Now, I also wrote down the people in this room, Elvira, Milivir, Ez, Finn, Ranmar, Ashdale, Rachel, who know the password.
Okay. Okay.
All of us plus the Elvirs.
Plus the Veers, yeah. Mila
the
and
Veers.
El.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Esmeralda is Vera, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as Marie Veer is her full name. We're supposed
I
to
have
go
more
to see a
confidence.
giant, Ashdale says.
That's
That's a
true.
thing
Oh
on the
my
to-do
God,
list.
we are.
And there's that shepherd friend who's somewhere in the reaches. And there's also there's a temple out there that might have a thing in it we have to worry about, Ashdale says.
That's a lot of things.
I don't think that's even the full to-do list.
Probably not.
Oh, no. Let me whip that out. Wait, what's in the what? What was the last thing you said?
A temple somewhere.
The Temple of Tempest in the second to last episode.
Oh, Yeah.
Milavir and Jacoby had a bonding moment where they mapped together and figured out one of the locations, and then Ranmar helped Jacoby figure out the second location.
That was a temple?
There's
I
a,
thought that
a temple
was-
of Tempest built over an abandoned dwarf fortress that was built for unknown reason, which Ranmar had a meltdown about because Ranmar was right about the people dust and right about something else horrible, and
'Cause Ranmar's
therefore
big smarts.
the dwarves built this fortress to hide and protect the vault. That was the suspicion that Ranmar had.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the
Because
people
I
at
was
home-
thinking we were like triangulating vault locations.
Yes, that's
but
what you were
ki-
doing.
We kind of were. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly that. And you knew there was a temple there over a dwarf fortress. And they said, well, that location has a vault probably. And you're like, yep, that makes sense now. And now I know why the dwarves built the fortress there.
Great. Okay.
There you go. Now we're back at it. Back at it.
Okay.
For the folks
All
at home wondering if that means the party will have to tackle a temple and a dwarf fortress and a vault in sequence, you'll just have to wait and see.
Great. I love this. All right.
It's gonna be eye rolls and my players. Oh, it's gonna be fine. There are way worse vaults than this one. There's definitely a vault that is so fun for you to figure out where it fucking is. It's my favorite. It's the only one you can't find with Jacoby's map trick. And that one is maybe my favorite vault location. And every time someone finds it, the eye rolls I get from that are so good. It's so great.
What is it also under Hollice?
I was
Yeah.
literally gonna say, is it gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
under
under
Hollice?
Hollice.
And then I said, oh wait, we already had a vault under Hollice.
It is-
We literally did that.
It is not near Hollice.
It's in the dragon cave.
Go ask Knights.
You're not going to guess.
It's in the coins.
So it's fine. You can keep guessing if it makes you feel better.
It does a little bit.
It's literally the worst idea and best idea I've ever had.
Okay. So should we go visit Yabondon and was it a sage or a hermit? What were they called? Should we go to them first?
Hermit.
Hermit, yes. We have
For
to
help?
we have to see Yabondon because he knows how to find them.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
was the
keeper
guardian
of
or
the
the
Yeah.
keeper.
He's like the
Oops, I flipped back to session 17. That's not what I want.
Where is my episodes?
Let's see. Ask Yabondon to speak with the hermit. He'll grant you passage. The hermit is a herald of the Raven Queen. And he'll answer questions because the Red Lady remembers.
Yes.
Red Lady equals Raven Queen equals Rejoss equals Goddess of Death. Just make sure everyone at home and Tara remembers that.
I don't know why I wrote it differently in my notes. I just did. So, do we think we should go get a second god on our side? Quote unquote.
Yeah, that's what Kithriel told you should do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel
How
like
do
we
we-
should do
how do
that
we-
first.
How do we get another god? Are they just laying in around the god carts? Can we just go?
The god carts. Let's go god
This
shopping.
one's-
This
This one's
can we go god
on
shopping?
Ashdale.
Oh
one's-
shoot!
That's
oh,
yeah, because
shoot.
Ashdale.
Mm.
Ashdale has a connection or has
She's-
question mark.
She's huffing gently and looking away from the.
I'm
everybody at the wall.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Apparently, we're going to go talk to some herald of the Raven Queen. And I mean, I don't know what they're going to have to say to me specifically, but they will probably have things to say to all of us because, you know, we have this special purpose. And according to weird Kithriel person, the Raven Queen has some memory of what happened. So
And that's incredibly useful.
if
It'd be fun.
they'll want to help us, right? Like, why wouldn't they want to help us?
Yeah.
I mean, she must. She let me call my horse. So
Ooh, that's a good point. How do we get there? I'm assuming you would probably know.
To
last,
Yabondon.
yes, right. So Kithriel told you to talk to Yabondon.
So Yabondon is the what did it say? He'll grant you passage. So Yabondon knows the way and apparently guards the way to get to the Herald of the Raven Queen.
That makes I like just connected that that's who Ashdale doesn't want to go see. Like it
Oh,
just like full circle.
it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of
Mhm.
stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah. So don't. I
Um,
think every time we take a pause and have a wait, what's happening, like a Finding Richard moment, it really helps people who are watching. So it's totally
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, helps
Yeah.
us too. Yeah.
It helps everybody. The only person who knows all this shit offhand is this guy. I get it.
Nerd.
Yeah, I am quite. Wait till I sell the novelization with all new heroes. And thanks to this campaign, I'm actually recasting one of them as Ashdale from this campaign. Ashdale will be a main character in the novel.
Yay!
Yay!
And she won't have Ranmar to protect her or help her come to terms with her stuff. And so she's going to have to sort it out on her own in the book. So we'll see.
Okay, listen. That's unnecessary.
There is a
Come
person
on.
that roughly fills the role in the party that Ranmar does, but he is not as good at it as Ranmar is. And so it's going to be. And she's not into guys. And so this is kind of like a lot there. She's not going to have anything with that. Good
Oh,
talk. I'm glad we
no.
had this talk. Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
Okay.
no shadow horse rides for him.
That is inaccurate, but yeah. Not the fun kind that Ranmar gets.
Get dragged behind the horse instead.
Yeah.
They're gonna
That
be
sounds about
they'll
right.
be friends. I think they'll be friends.
All right.
Stick him in a horse cart.
I feel like we could totally let maybe Ashdale lead the go on this one, but I'm ready whenever. I think.
Do we need to rest?
Do we?
We definitely need to ask, how do we get back? Seems important for the
Oh.
ambassador to be able to travel
Oh, that's
safely
right.
and swiftly.
Yes.
And I need to ask if it's okay if I send a brain message in while I get flavor blasted by the Quellen.
So do we need to go back and talk to the queen?
No, are you gonna have sparkly?
Am I gonna get sparkles? I don't know. I don't want sparkles. I'd rather ask if it's okay.
Consent is important.
Maybe don't sending to the ancient ghost girl who's having a hard time, Ranmar, says Ashdale.
Okay.
You just sending to an old ghost? Olivia says. How did that go? Ashdale looks at her, shakes her head.
I made a
Sparkly.
mistake.
Rainbow sparkle times.
There was this
I
one
had
time, Mila,
sparkles.
that Ranmar got in front of me, and then this massive orc picked them up and tried to hit me with Ranmar. And by tried, I mean I was hit with Ranmar 2 times before Ranmar used some magic bullshit to melt its
no.
face off, which I appreciated, but maybe could have been done in a way that didn't involve me getting walloped by my friend.
Ranmar was acting out of protection.
It's just a different way of hitting on people.
All I
it's just a
had to
more
do,
direct-
all
Hitting
I had
on
to do
people.
was touch the dude. I just wanted to touch him, and it went poorly. Is this a shame, Ranmar hour?
Ranmar tried
Don't
their
we have other
best.
things to worry about?
We're not shame. It's not. It's love shame. It's different.
Love shame.
Yeah, it's different.
Look,
It was
look, it was
instinctual.
not
This is
my
all your
best
bardic inspiration
moment.
right now, both of you. I don't know when we're sleeping again, but
It was
This
not my
feels
best
inspiring.
moment. Okay.
This feels inspiring. The shame is your bardic inspiration.
Oh.
I mean, sometimes that works.
shame can be a little bit inspiring.
It can. When it's done the right way.
True, but anywho, that that's a good point. How can we get back swiftly?
So should we go have like a quick chat with the queen on our way out? Just to
The queen would probably
Sound-
know.
Sounds like it, yeah.
or
Yeah.
our guide.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Either
floppy
one
puppy.
should probably know. She's very sad.
She flooped real big.
She does floop.
Is she sad because she's not barking?
Mm-hmm. She gave up on probably what was a family in the park next door. Anyway, yeah. Before we leave, we definitely need to ask, how do we get back? And I need to ask
Okay.
if I'm going to get blasted.
Zooped.
Yep.
Brain zooped.
I could get zooped again. Probably not just with color spray.
I guess this is farewell then. To
Are
anyone
they-
who's not.
You're coming with
coming
us.
along.
Elvir?
Miolivir says to Elvir, I appreciate that, dear sister. Don't give me any shit right now. I think that my skill set will be best served. It sounds like you're going to give me shit right now, Elvir. I think, Elvir continues, that I should stay here to convince them to establish an embassy in Hollice before the Sinlay does, because it will drive the Sinlay to force a diplomatic solution rather than sending 20 sentinels to Hollice to claim it as a province of the Sinlay.
I like his idea.
Yeah.
more.
And we want Elvir to remain dead as long
Yeah.
as possible.
He's really hard to see. He's not going to go down to the... If he went to the Sinlay, no one would notice him if you didn't want him to.
But
Flattering.
it's impossible for them to notice him here.
But very true, Elvir says. Miolivir shoots Ranmar a look, and then another look, which is much more understanding after the first, I'm going to fucking kill you look that you get.
Oh no! Oh no!
Two looks. Two looks, but she does calm down.
I'm sorry.
I will
I'm gonna
be...
keep my damn mouth shut.
I'm going to be okay, Elvir says. I mean, the only reason I died is that you're an idiot, Rachel says. Rachel, I'm really sorry that I knew they'd send Mila there to find me and that she would get you out. That was the plan. No, I get it. That all makes sense to me. But did you have to get lasered? That's dumb. You have like 1 million disguise rings. You could have like slipped something into his beverage or something and make him really sick. And you could have just pretended to be dead. No, the council would have tried to resurrect me. And they did. And I needed to say no. So that I could say yes to Mariel and wind up here.
I'm with
They
Rachel.
are more understanding than I am, Rachel said. Yeah? Elvir says. Okay, Whippy. It's going to be fine. Now Rachel looks a little mad, and she disappears. Feels like you're in the doghouse, Miolivir says, and she exits the room, opening the door.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I suppose. But I'm alive in the doghouse, and I'll still be here when I'm let out.
I mean, good point.
Don't you get yourself killed again.
Anything for the mission, he says. Miolivir hits him in the head with a ranged attack. It is the butt of a dagger that smacks into his forehead. Wear the mask, she says. A bruise forms on his forehead.
Oh, no.
You deserve
Damn.
that.
May I keep the dagger? No. She storms in and grabs it and storms out. I love you. Uh-huh. And I love you. And he sits down. Finnegan, Ranmar, Ashdale, an honor to finally meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah. I hope I'll be seeing you again.
Oh, yeah, I'll be fine.
Not that.
Please give Yabondon my regards. It's all right if he knows.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we are off to find one of those two folks.
As you all
Yes.
exit the house, gentle question mark, Trillia is outside with Mani on her head.
Love that.
My baby.
She's standing quietly. She's got to be like 22, 23. And so in terms of elf and human, there's not that much of a difference in a lot of ways. She's just been around very different beings because, elf. in a mystical, enchanted forest where she grew up. So there's some differences, I guess, to your typical 22-year-old. Hi. I'm here to make sure that you get around safely, of course, still.
Oh,
I hope it's all right.
Forgot about that.
We're friends.
That's great.
Aw, a friend of mine
She's a
is
good
friend
bird.
of ours.
She's a very sweet bird. She's very smart. She's been pondering about the existence of her food source, as to why there is a food source. It's very fascinating. I've never seen an owl do anything like that. You're very smart, Monty. Where can I help you get to? Trillia says. Rachel rematerializes next to her.
Well, I don't know if we could maybe ask you this, but we also need to know how to get back into this place after we leave, because that's probably the next stop for us.
Well, I mean, it's really not my place, but it probably will end up being my job. Monty here can very easily find her way back here to me, and is a very is a good way to send messages that might be more complex than some of your magic allows you. And I will understand her. She smiles. And then I can send Spritz or one of her sisters to fetch you, perhaps with a sturdier vessel next time. I didn't realize that she was going to show up with that. I apologize.
That would probably be
That's
helpful.
okay.
It looked lovely.
It was very pretty.
It just was not meant for this situation.
No, it's a barge. It's a very small little canoe for weddings that one of the party members of the wedding will ride around the Colenthia in for a couple of hours by themselves as they meditate on the future of their relationship and what that means to them. It wasn't meant for more than one passenger. I'm shocked that 4 of you were able to stay in it, honestly. But I didn't want to dress Spritz down for it because it's the first time she's done anything like that competently, and I was very proud of her. So,
It was
This is
great.
very
And
good.
there were technically 2 plan Bs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a spell and Ashdale handled it too. So,
I'm glad that
We got a good outcome.
I'm glad that you were resourceful and could have sorted out my mistake.
I don't know that it was your mistake, but
I'm certain that my mother will wish to bid you farewell in any case. So if you'd like to accompany me, I'll take you to the Queen.
Okay.
So you're a princess? Mila says. I guess. I'm the youngest of about 14. So I don't worry about it, thankfully. I'm not likely to become the next monarch here.
Do you want to?
Oh, no. How would I? No. How would I do that? Belavir says, I mean, I know one way. Trillia looks at her confused.
No.
Rachel's like, I'm just kidding.
Let's
I have a hammer. Everything's a nail. You get it.
Everything's a nail if you try hard enough.
You are learning, but our next thing is beds. Trillia will lead you, everyone minus Elvir, basically in the original allotment, to Mariel again up the grand, beautiful blue staircase. And Mariel is just kind of chilling up there by herself. Well, I mean, there are a few lizards, but otherwise it's her.
This is fine.
Are these lizards people?
Her grace is pretty unworldly, like the way she just sort of like, stands up on one foot and then puts the other foot down to start walking down the rock is much more visible now. Because it's not your first time seeing her. My new friends. I feel that you are leaving us so soon. May I invite you to stay an evening or two? Have a meal or two with us.
Well, yeah, I mean, what time? What time is it? What time is it right now?
Time passes differently here.
I knew it.
You've maybe been here one of your days, maybe a little more.
A whole day?
You all feel pretty rested, honestly. Like you basically got up and came here, and you had a conversation with Kithriel, and here you are.
My brain doesn't remember. Did the boat and horse ride take 3 hours or 1 hour?
Maybe 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Should have taken hours.
Okay, I knew it was supposed to take a lot longer than it did.
Mm-hmm.
But that was when we made the time warp joke. Okay, right. I remember now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what time is it in the outside?
Outside, it's going to be the next day in the morning, basically.
We should probably get a move on. That's just me though.
Well, if we're feeling, I was gonna say, if we feel pretty rested and we like don't need to like rest, then we probably should get back.
It's not always so linear, Mario says. You'll be here some days and be here for a moment as days pass outside. It depends on the phases of the moon. But this time, more time has passed than perhaps was fair, and I appreciate you spending it here with us.
We appreciate the invite and the hospitality, but we've learned even more that we have to do than we thought before.
I am pleased that your time with Kithriel seems well spent, and that you're not running away. That is encouraging, especially
Time well
you.
spent, and we just learned a lot.
Why me?
You are the ambassador of
Oh.
Hollice and the Sinlay.
Yeah, that probably hasn't sunk in yet.
I was gonna say, you sound so excited.
Wait
She-
until we sleep on it.
Mariel grins at you and very elegantly glides over to you. And you don't know where she got the flower, but she has it and she hands it to you, Rosemary. It's incredible. The facets in this flower are impossible.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. A mark of station, as it were. Here. She takes it back from you, and she will push it into your shoulder, and you feel an odd sensation in your shoulder. I don't know if your shoulder's covered with sleeves or not, but you now have a tattoo of this flower on your arm.
Woo!
That's sick.
Awesome.
We will see it, and we will know that it is always the real you, because that cannot be tricked. You all feel a cold chill from behind you. Ah, friend Kithriel, she says, looking behind you all.
Ranmar's afraid to turn around.
Have you come to bid our new friends farewell? The tower, he says.
Oh, God.
The tower? Kithriel.
It's the tower.
Do you mean that human structure in the north of the forest? When he's very quiet and stares like that, Mariel explains, that means you said something true, and so he doesn't have to comment on it.
Oh.
Took me the better part of a century to understand that, she says. Thought I would
That's fair.
help you get ahead on it a bit.
Appreciate.
Should we go to the tower?
Brother Kithriel, they do have errands to attend to outside of the Quillen. Time is not a factor. When they are ready and have time, they shall return and they will learn. They will learn things in the tower that will help them. Are you going to show them to the tower when it's time?
Oh,
Very good, Mariel says. Kithriel vanishes.
Oh God. When we're ready, we'll return and go to the tower and learn
Things that will
something?
help us?
Things that will help us.
Should we
Okay.
move that further up on the list?
I was gonna say, do we need to know the things that are gonna help?
Right, before we do other things?
Well, the tower's certainly not going anywhere, Mariel says. It's been there, well, I believe it has not been here as long as Kithriel's been here. But it was set up at some point around Kithriel bringing the elves here.
But what if the things that we learn could help us with the other things that we have to do?
That's going to be true of everything.
Okay. We're already here, right? And that why don't we check out this tower? I'm scared.
Kithriel,
then-
are you ready to bring them to the tower now?
Uh-oh. So it's not time?
That's not necessarily the case. He may appear to you at any point before you've left the Quellen to escort you there. You don't have to go with her if you're not ready to.
Okay.
But also if she's not going to take you. How many errands did she give you out of curiosity? This is at least one that I've heard. I assume she's given you at least one other.
So many.
Well,
So many.
maybe attend to one of those.
Okay. Well, we will plan to attend to the one we planned on first.
Yes.
And then change the plan if we need to. May I ask a question?
Of course.
Would it be okay if the need arose for me to use a spell to send a message to you or someone here? Or will that hurt very much to try?
She steps forward very close
Whoa.
to you, Ranmar.
Oh,
She
no.
is an impossibly graceful and beautiful creature.
I'm imagining, like, is it Galadriel? From
You
Lord of
could
the
picture
Rings?
Galadriel. Yeah,
Oh,
Galadriel's
God.
not a bad metaphor here. She's pretty close to the mark.
Just a nerd. Oh, God. What do I do?
She's
Okay.
not as old as Galadriel.
Oh, okay. Great.
Actually, Galadriel and Kithriel have a lot in common too. Honestly, Galadriel's more relatable, if that helps. I bet.
Yeah.
So Mariel's standing half a pace from you, and she says, "May I cast a spell on you?"
Yes?
Okay. She raises her hands up and looks deep in your eyes, and you feel your body grow cold and warm simultaneously somehow. She
Whoa.
gently cups your face in her hands, and you feel something new inside Ranmar. Once per day, you may freely communicate with Mariel telepathically for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I hope that helps, she says.
This is incredible. Thank you so much. You're
I
wonderful.
don't believe I should mark you in quite that way. I understand that your people are going to have feelings about who did and didn't decide that you are the ambassador. But if anyone asks you, I made the decision, and they can bring their grievances to my doorstep if they have the courage to.
Got it. Noted. Where's that pen?
I'm just little old me. Just chilling.
You are so much more than that, Mariel says to you. Whether you said that out loud or not, she says that to you.
Bomb.
This is what you get. You're hanging out with crazy high wisdom beings. Like, insight checks are through the roof.
Holy heck.
Can I ask, just to confirm, I can telepath
For 2 minutes
telepathically communicate
a day,
with Mario for
you-
2 minutes per day?
Correct. You can basically broadcast at her.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. I've got it written down.
As a consequence, I'm always going to know where you are, Muriel says.
Me?
She nods.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'm trying to sneak anywhere.
I understand that my daughter has given you another way to communicate with us. She looks at little Monty. She walks over and gently boops Monty on the nose.
Aw.
Please return to the Quellen whenever you wish. The Denali will welcome you with open arms, but always have an escort in our forest. If you can stay for a few days at a time, I believe Trillia could show Esmery how to navigate the Quellen safely. But you'll need some time here to do that, so something to keep in mind.
That could prove very useful as well.
There may be a third way you can communicate with us as well. I suppose I should warn you.
Uh-oh.
Kithriel has been here a very long time. I think they know several ways to teleport places, but they usually don't bother because they know every path through the ethereal plane, the plane of shadow, and the Feywild, and all of those planes connect and interconnect with one another, and the prime material plane, which lets them get almost anywhere they wish very quickly in ways that I have trouble tracking myself, honestly. I let her lead me one time from here to the other side of the continent on those pathways, and it took her about 17 minutes, and I don't think I could retrace those steps myself.
Holy
She
cow.
had nothing but time for a very long time. So she may just kind of show up to see you at some point, as she just did.
That'll be fun.
Welcomed. Gladly welcomed.
You
Yeah.
seem to have an ever-growing list of friends like that.
Yeah. You just pop.
That's going to keep happening, I suspect, Mario says.
Same.
I'm unfortunately going to have to bid you adieu. I need to hold court now and hear the gentle grievances of my kin, who no doubt have a lot of feelings to share about our visitors. She motions to you all.
Have we caused a ruckus?
Oh, no,
Probably.
just your presence.
Okay. Yeah.
I was going to
that's
say, I
fine.
somehow want a way to sit in on that.
Sorry, Rachel says. Oh, why are you sorry? You were the easiest one for them to handle, she says. Rachel looks perplexed.
Aw.
Trillia, please escort our kind guests safely to the transport. She bows and starts walking you down the stairs. Does everyone follow, or does anyone want to linger and pester Muriel?
I follow.
Okay.
I'll
With a
hesitate for a
thank you.
minute, but
All right.
I'll end up following. I'm just kind of like spacedly just like observing.
Mariel seems to sort of ignore you and goes over to the rock that she's been sitting on, and she lays her hands on the rock and just holds her hands on the rock until you yourself turn and leave. You are escorted back the way you came, essentially back to the small southern lake in the Quellen, where a water sprite is waiting on the shore with a larger boat.
Oh, it's dance powered.
Hi!
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Glitzy.
Oh,
That's
Oh, nice to meet you.
I'm going to take you across the river. Where you want to go?
home.
Question. I don't have the map pulled up.
I was just
There
gonna
is no
probably ask the
road
same
from the
question.
river
Oh.
directly
Let's-
to Yabondon, is there?
Let's
That's smart.
look at the
Can
map
the river bring us closer to you?
together. Hang on. The map is large, so I kind of have to run it the old-fashioned way.
I could probably look up in Hollice info.
Yeah, Hollice info will help you look, but for the folks at home, hang on, I'll show you the map.
Oh no,
Let's do
your Bondon's house isn't on it.
one of the. I know. I'm so sorry. I haven't put it on there yet. Let's
okay.
everyone pester me in Discord after the stream and the Hollice chat to do it, so I remember, and I'll do it tomorrow because I will have some time tomorrow. Let's go over here. No, now there it is. So you are all in the Quilenthia right here. And so if you go right across the river, about here, you can walk up the shore here in. Yabondons is up here. So from the river over to here, it's only maybe a day and a half to get to Yabondons.
Okay, and it was a couple of days or 3 days?
It's 5 days from Hollice to get there. Yeah, 4 to 5 days, depending on weather and if you run into any encounters. Yeah.
Okay.
So it cuts off a lot of the trip.
Sounds like we should just go directly across.
Yep.
Question mark?
Agreed.
Sick.
Sick.
Look, I gotta pick up some mannerisms from Yabondon. Not Yabondon.
Vergadine.
God, brain. Vergadine, thank you.
For the more observant folks at home, yes, the sprite said her name is Glitzy. Glitzy is not Spritzy.
I was gonna ask if she can tell Spritzy hi.
Yeah, sure,
that
whatever.
funny.
Sure. You want to go on a boat ride? My boat's better.
It sure looks like it won't
It's bigger,
collapse under us.
which is a good start for us not going into the water.
Does it look like it will actually hold us?
Yeah, you think so. She's staring at Ashdale. You're huge.
Oh.
Yep. She says, you are we. Uh-huh. Ashdale walks by the creature that continues staring at her as Ashdale climbs into the boat in the back.
Oh dear. Okay. All right.
I'll see you again, Trillia says to Monty, and Monty flits over onto Esmer's shoulder. Friend, new friend, friend nice.
New friend.
Friend explain mouse.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Friend not explain spritzy, glitzy, spritz, glitz, tricks, Fritz,
I don't understand either.
and Moira.
Moira.
Wait.
It's just a Moira. Oh dear.
Mouse?
Do you have a mouse or do you want a mouse?
You want mouse. I ate.
I'm all set for now.
Oh.
Save it for later for you.
Everyone climbs into the boat, question mark?
Yeah, I'll wave to.
Yeah.
I just lost her name again.
Trillia.
Trillia.
You got
It started with a T.
Trillia gently
I'll
waves and smiles. And then she will watch you as you push off from the shore, or rather the boat pushes itself off. And
They all dance.
She dances too.
and the boat pulls out, and it's only a moment, and you're across the river, and it's sort of like, now that you're paying attention, your surroundings are a bit blurry, and there are big weird shifts in it. Esmer, you think you're actually passing through the Feywild, and that's why this is so fast. And you get to the other side of the river, like, unreasonably fast. Okay, you want to get out of the boat onto the land, because if I make the boat go bye-bye when you're in it, the last time that was done, everyone got wet, and not everyone likes to be wet. Do you want to be wet?
No, I
I'm gonna get out.
We're all gonna get out.
writing her name.
Everyone swims with Spritzy, but no one swims with me.
It's so cold.
Could you swim with Spritzy?
can't.
No, Spritzy's a jerk. She killed Reginald. I heard she fed Reginald to somebody. When I find out who it is,
I
And
wish
make them
you the
swim
best of luck,
forever.
Quincy.
Knock,
That
knock,
sounds
buddy.
like
Yeah, I'll find them. I'm so smart and quick and clever. I'll find them.
I bet you will. I believe in you.
Please don't kill anybody. Please don't kill anybody.
Okay, just for swim forever times.
Please.
Okay. As you
No
all
swim.
you all climb out of the
Swim
boat,
forever.
and the boat sinks into the water, and with her on it, and she's just kind of like staring at you all, saying, "I'm clever. I'm clever. I'm
You're clever." No.
So
She's
about
gonna,
Reginald.
She's gonna come back with somebody's head on his back.
Blub blub." You all ate Reginald. Does everyone forget? Everyone forget in chat? Reginald's the fish.
Finn ate Reginald.
You didn't all have Reginald for dinner?
Who is Reginald? Wait.
the fish
Incredible.
that Fritzy gave you. She said Reginald's a jerk, and you were like, Reginald will be dinner. You ate Reginald.
Oh, now it's coming back.
now it's
Delighted squeal.
Quinn doesn't realize he just got a death threat from a Nixie.
Oh my god, I totally forgot. Double don't kill anybody, please. Double don't kill anybody, please. I didn't even know. Oh my god. Okay, well.
I love everything that just happened.
I couldn't have faked it that well if I knew. I didn't.
I was wondering how you were staying so calm.
I didn't remember.
It's okay, Quinn. I didn't remember either.
Oh shoot.
Incredible. Okay.
I'm glad we had this one.
Onward to Yubandon.
Sure. The track there is going to play out without any event. It's easy to get there.
Yay.
Except my reconciling over my threat from a water spirit for eating her friend. Just,
Yeah.
playing
I mean, it
on
was
loop.
her sister that fed him to you. So, like, you know,
That's true. That's true.
you may have a way out there, says the narrator. Or you might be swimming until you die from it. I mean, it's hard to say.
She did.
Oh my god, I
threaten the
forgot she
death
said I would be
zone.
swimming forever.
Sure did.
All right, I'm gonna write down avoid glitzy next time.
You should have to check in every Nixie you encounter. Are you Spritzy? Are you Moira? Are you?
Moira.
I need to know who Moira is. Just a side note for like the audio time. Like, I need to know who Moira is.
You arrive at a very familiar door.
I'll walk up
Oh
to
yeah, we
the-
would yeah.
to
Run up
the
and knock
short
on it.
one and knock. Yeah.
All right. A few moments pass, and then you hear a door within open, and then the slide moves aside. You see a pair of eyes. Oh my! The slide slams shut and opens, and Bast bows to you graciously and motions for you to enter. Welcome, heroes! An unexpected pleasure. We're so glad you're here. The master will be delighted.
Thank you.
Oh, good. He's here. Awesome.
Yeah.
Is Rachel and Milavier, are Rachel and Milavier still
Yep, you have them.
here?
Mhm.
Okay. I had to double check. Sweet. Okay, cool. I gotta go get some Tylenol. I thought it would go away with water, and it hasn't. I'm gonna be back in a minute.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You
I would
need
do
to
that. Actually, I'll
break
I'll
time.
go,
Feed
like,
the
really,
cat. Get the
brief-
water.
Yeah.
Go to the potty.
Yeah,
Who's got to do bio
that's
things?
Probably a good idea.
Let's
Lots of water.
go. Here's a good time for bio break. Hi, chat. You have your DM here for a brief moment. Let me catch up on stuff. I'm so glad you love the Nixies. I like the Nixies too. Hello, Galaxies. Galaxies, I love watching your commentary as I run the game. It makes me very happy. Thank you very much to see that. It's good. How am I a tease exactly? What did I do? Which part? I remember you saying that above. And I don't remember what it was about. We love Mariel. We love Kithriel. That's really good. Those are fun characters. Getting the hydrate times. That's fair. You need me to know that. We love all of them. Oh, thank you, Beardless. I mean, there are some characters that, you know, you're allowed to like think are really great and also hate their guts. That's kind of the point of some of them. I mean, in particular, you haven't met Kujikras yet. You only met Durgeddon. You only met Durgeddon for a few moments, but Durgeddon is both a fun character and an absolute shitbag, right? And bless Rachel forever. Oh, poor Rachel. We do like Rachel. You might notice, Beardless, that Rachel uses a lot of terminology kind of from the modern day or the future. And the implication there is that obviously is not literally a laser or whatever, but that she has been to different worlds and seen different things because she can plane shift. And so like she has knowledge of other spaces, which is why she was the only character who separated Robo and Gorilla when Ranmar dropped Robo Gorilla, which is, you know, a non sequitur. It's an out of place in Dungeons and Dragons, but Rachel can respond to that stuff. It's part of her character design. She's
I'm sorry I caused an impromptu break.
No. It's great. We need some of those. That's fun sometimes. Yeah, Palladion nailed that. Veer had to do it in a way that didn't look like she was doing it at all in terms of the Elvish spy master setting up her own children like dominoes so that events would lead them together in a way that no one would know they were together, and it would look like she had nothing to do with it if it was discovered. Which means that she is still positioned to help them because no one will suspect she set it up, and no one will even know they're together for a long time, probably.
Right, because it looks like Milavir went rogue and Elvir is dead.
That is what it looks like. And also Elvir went rogue before he went dead
Yeah.
because he wasn't supposed to go there. And Milavir wasn't supposed to go where she went.
Yeah.
And so it kind of looks like she doesn't have a lot of control. She doesn't really pose a threat to the other control arms right now because she's kind of lost control of her own family. The spy master can't control her spy family, definitely can't control anything else in her organization well enough to be a problem for the other arms of the government that have their own interests in it. So,
Right. Okay.
spy master shit, yo. Sometimes I consider running like a spy-centric campaign. Maybe I'll do that someday.
So hi galaxies. Hi everybody.
Brief hellos.
Hi, everybody.
Leave hellos.
I'm drinking water. I got you.
Spy stuff is too complicated.
It is. I mean, just this dip into spy stuff for Veers was some of the most complex shit I had to think of, but did work out. Oh, I guess I needed that water. Thanks, everybody. That sounds like Spritzy.
That just sounds like
The
thieves.
fact that y'all didn't remember Reginald made that so much better.
Reginald.
Such a good name.
It is a good name.
I can't believe y'all didn't remember that random ass fish named Reginald.
I remembered, Rama remembered, Chat remembered. It seemed like Finn remembered, but Quinn did
I
not
know,
remember until it was too late.
I thought he was saying, don't kill anyone for self-serving reasons.
That's what I thought too. I thought that's awesome. Like you're trying to like play it, and I was like, don't kill anybody. It's hard. You'll definitely figure out who it is. I will do it. And it was,
That was incredible.
They did eat Reginald. Yeah, not Reggie, Reginald.
Specifically Reginald.
Now let's be clear. Fish have intelligence 1. The fish doesn't have a name. The fish was named by the water sprites.
Why did I come back on this moment?
Welcome back.
That's what I do. I name the
Welcome
things.
back, fish killer.
Am I a water
Finnegan the
sprite?
fish killer. That's how my legacy goes down.
I mean, if you want to think about it, Spritzy killed Reginald.
That's true.
Spritzy.
Spritzy
Just
murdered
ate the
in cold
evidence.
blood.
Straight up murdered, like explicitly, and she was delighted about it, if you recall.
Mm-hmm.
Toe-to-toe.
That feels yucky now.
On that note, Dodoto, farewell, chat. We'll see you again in
Toe
another
to toe.
about an
Oh my
hour.
god.
Let's not eat the
Goodbye,
water
chat.
sprites. It's bad for the river and bad for your relationship with the Quellan. The Denali will deny you access to the Quellan. You're in the foyer. He locks the door behind you, and then he opens the next door. He does remind you all there's a coat closet, but he remembers you didn't use it, and so he just kind of makes his way inside. And
I'll
that's
go
that.
ahead and ditch my cloak.
All right.
Closet.
I want to keep mine on because
You just got your really cool hero
Yeah.
cape.
You're okay. All right, and you all go. Why, it's you, Yabandon says.
Hi. How
It's
have you
us.
been?
I have been quite well, and I have been expecting you.
You have?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
just in a it's
Pray
been a
tell.
while kind of way, or in a I know something kind of way?
Shakes his head, and then he nods his head.
Oh.
and you know why we're here.
I do, perhaps for different reasons than you know why you're here. I can't really
Oh.
guess
Oh,
how you came privy, but I understand it's time for you to speak with the hermit.
yes.
That is our
Seems
understanding.
that way.
I should have anticipated this. Feel a little embarrassed that I didn't. But so it is. Are you ready?
How not out
Is there
loud
anything-
asking narrator, how is Ashdale looking?
Unsure.
You look so uncomfortable.
Arms
Okay.
crossed. A little flustered.
Okay.
Unsure.
Out of game question,
Yeah.
does Ashdale know who the hermit is?
Nope. Didn't know this was a thing at all.
Oh,
All she knows that is this is some important, like basically this is some a herald of a god is one step shy of an avatar of a god. An avatar of a god is literally some humanoid being with the god in it walking around, or literally the god in human form, right? A herald is something, which is at least rubbing shoulders with a planetar in terms of authority, but a step outside of and a step above because they speak for the god themselves. That's what a herald means in terms of religious orders on this planet. What this being's job is and whether that will hold true to your understanding, you don't know.
Okay. Can I scooch up to Ashdale and be like, are you ready for this? Are you okay?
Is there anything we should know before we move forward?
What's Raven Queen etiquette?
Stands up. Don't blow out any candles, he says.
Uh-huh.
The staircase will feel long. Just keep climbing. There are occasionally limits on how long he'll speak with you and how many questions he'll let you ask. And he doesn't know everything. That's for the province of Bokab.
It sure is. Oh crap. Okay.
Can this question might this might not be the greatest question, but can he be trusted?
In terms of what? He won't have much reason to deceive you. It's best that you ask him about his role and why he does it to hear his own words, I think.
That is good enough for me.
Can I ask how you came into your role?
It was the deal I struck for retirement.
Oh,
Oh.
It is not yet a roll up for grabs per se. He looks at Ashdale. But if you wish to lay down your own sword, I'll put in a word for you. A good one. Oh, I know. I don't think I'm ready for that step. Just not looking forward to getting chewed out by my boss, you know? since I told her she wasn't my boss anymore.
I
I understand. For what it's worth, that is not quite what's coming for you specifically. But your companions and you stand to learn a great deal that will help you. Things that I will only be able to know if you share them with me. They're for you to know.
Have you never seen or spoken to the hermit?
I have, but I have a feeling that the hermit has been waiting specifically here, specifically for you, for a long time. Longer than I have been here.
Oh,
That's not intimidating.
Really? Should be, I think.
I think
smiles
that was
at Maria.
sarcasm.
teaching Hollice about sarcasm.
Rachel
Once
and
snarky
Mulavir,
time.
if you would care to join me, we will feast and have drink and wait
Oh.
as the wardens have their time with the hermit. Oh, okay, Mulavir says. Got it.
Quick question.
Mulavir says.
Do you have questions that you would like me to ask?
No. I can't kill the thing if I'm not there and I have to kill it.
I don't. There's no killing.
I
Oh,
don't
wait,
think the-
I wasn't
the
in this
hermit's gonna be-
conversation.
There is
Oh wait, yes.
no risk to their physical safety, Yvonne says. All right, Yvonne, if you say so. She will sit in one of the cushy armchairs between the bookcases on the wall. You all no doubt remember the room. Bookcase line shelves with more statuettes than books. And, of course, the double tables in the center. No food.
I
Their
know-
tables are bare right now.
I know Quinn had a question, and
Okay.
I'll return the. Wait, did he give me the books or did I borrow them?
You borrowed.
I borrowed
He said no. One of them specifically for you was about Leyland by Jim Moore.
That one, but I borrowed the others, and did I have time to read them yet?
I assume. I mean, as you travel at night when you're resting and taking watch and such,
Yeah.
why would you
Okay.
not read a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. I wanna return the ones that I've read to him before we go speak to
Aw.
the hermit real quick before I forget.
Oh, very well. Thank you. He will accept them, but not accept the book by Jim Moore that he wants you to keep.
I appreciate you so much.
It was a
Okay,
gift, of course.
Thank you.
Now,
Finn, you had a question?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I was just gonna ask. No, you're good. You're good. I was just gonna ask. Like, I mean, I feel like the answer is probably obvious, but why can't they follow or come with us?
the herald asked specifically for the wardens.
Reason enough.
Okay.
And Rachel, I caution you to not use even your unique form of stealth to follow them. Okay, she says. She sits down on one of the granite benches. Yabondan rises and tightens his robe up. Makes his way over to the door that leads to sort of his apartments, opens it, and motions you to follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow.
This part of his keep is giant sized. The doors are all massive. There's 4 doors back here, 2 on the left. Well, 5. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and 1 at the end of this hallway. All of which are closed except for the second on the left, which as you walk by it, he walks you to the end of the hall. If you peek through the door on the left, which is slightly ajar, you can see an absolutely massive bed. It's like a platform bed on the floor, effectively, but it is large and very elegantly made, dressed up with a quilt with massive squares sewn together. He opens the door at the end and leads you into a room with bookcases, floor to giant ceiling, all books. Glancing around Ranmar, there are titles in here which would not have been out of place in the Shillian library, except that they're not quite old enough, but they are old. He opens, he grabs at the bookcase directly in from the door and opens it like a door. And beyond it is a small doorway, human-sized, open, no door in the way, just a passage with a staircase leading up into the mountain.
Up into the mountain.
This will all remain open for you so that when you return, you may find your way back into my dining hall. And I will await you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Be not afraid. Even you, Ashdale. Thanks for hammering that home, Yabana.
How's she looking?
Before
Does she look?
She's got her arms crossed, but she's walking with her arms crossed, which she's never done. So she's basically trying to like hold herself together, more or less.
I'm assuming we're all walking in. We're just,
Ashdale goes up
probably-
the stairs first.
I wanna like before we also forget, I wanna like before Yabandon like walks away from us and before I walk through whatever Yabandon can't get, I wanna give regards for Elvier.
He looks confused for a moment, looks around like he's thinking, nods slowly. We will catch up when you return, little master. I assume Ranmar's on Ashdale's heels on the way up there, leaving Esmery and
Sure.
Finnegan to take up probably Esmery in the very rear, I would imagine. It's maybe a 5-7 minute walk of just stairs.
Is there
Step
anything
after step.
out of the ordinary?
You don't.
Traps.
It's dim in here. Like there's no source of light, but you can see. Like it's not just your dark vision helping you. There's something so that you can see each step.
Can we see like the walls and stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty close quarters in here. In fact, if anyone was much larger than Ashdale, they'd be bumping their head the entire time they ascended the stairs.
Oh, so Yabandon can't get up there, probably.
And not in this.
Is Ashdale taller than Esmeralda?
Does
Yes.
that mean the hermit?
I mean,
would
I
have to
assume
come
she's
talk to
5'10".
Him.
Oh, we're the same height.
Esmer's 5'10"?
I think so.
I thought you were like 5'6" or something. Really? You're way taller than I thought.
I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, 5'9".
You huge.
You said elves were big.
Those are human sized.
No, you told me elves were taller than humans.
I'm pretty sure I may have mentioned that in some instances they are, but not the case here. But here we are. This is what happens when I caveat things with other D&D systems for players who never played other D&D systems. Bad DM. Bad DM. Go ahead, Ripper.
I don't know what to do. Oh God.
Do we need
no.
to insight or not insight? Perception. Or did Esmery do that?
That's kind of what I was asking. Is
You have better
if
perception.
there's anything to perception.
Larplet in chat mentions she's also 5'9". I have met Larplet in person,
Yes,
and I
she
want
is.
to assure you all, she's huge. She is Ashdale sized. Now
Larplet
you
and
know.
Donato walked into my house, and Larplet said,
Donato
"Hi, we're giants."
Is very that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Donato quite large. Back to the scene. So the as the minutes drag on to minute 7, the walls have almost a flicker to them, as though the light is coming from candles or torches. But there are no of these things.
I'm just gonna remind everyone to not blow those out. I'm just gonna.
Finally, you come
inspiration to not do that.
to a landing, and there's maybe 3 or 4 granite blocks that you step onto. And as Ashdale proceeds into the room, There are more granite blocks, and the floor feels as granite, but you can't see the floor as well. And then it's as though the floor is not there at all. And you wonder a moment, why did we keep walking when we didn't see the floor ahead? And there are circles and circles of candles all around you all of a sudden. Wisps of shadow and smoke. The candles are on the floor, you assume. There's an area in the center where it's clear and easy to stand. No candles in your way.
Can I, before things get really weird, can I like
Things are really weird.
gently? I know. Can I like gently elbow Ashdale, like probably in like the thigh is what I can reach, and be like, "We got this. It's okay." And I'm gonna give guidance to her. Okay, carry on.
There is a hooded humanoid individual before you now.
Oh no.
5'8", maybe. You can't really see their face.
Hi.
You are the wardens, the voice says.
So we've been told.
I have been here a very long time, waiting for you. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Why have you been waiting here a long time?
Was that supposed to sound the way that it sounded, Thades?
Oh wait, how did it sound? Sorry.
Said, I will answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Where'd you hear that before, Manu? Where'd you hear that before?
I sure know where I've heard that before. Was I supposed to hear it that way?
The individual says in response, "It's my penance and my duty."
Oh shoot. Wait.
That's the same thing Shilarani kept repeating, is I will answer to the best of my ability.
Oh.
What a great catch. What a great catch. Mooney.
Holy shit.
Mooney, you got DM inspiration for that one. There you go. Congratulations.
Hells yeah.
Wait,
You got yourself
no,
a D6. Then you can choose a player to give it to.
Okay, good, because I was like, I haven't used my other one. It's amazing what my brain can do when it doesn't fucking hurt. I'm gonna give it to Finn because Finn can fling bardic inspiration around.
Clever.
I can't fling bardic inspiration
So
around.
I'm gonna give
You have
you
a
the
D6
DM.
that you can roll like bardic inspiration, but you can roll DM inspiration on any D20 roll, no matter what it's for.
And we discovered, we determined we can roll the D6 after we've learned if our roll failed.
Yep, that's right.
We can be like, nuh-uh, and roll the D6.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. You can gotcha
Oh my
me.
god. Oh my god, I'm so scared of this fucking Herald. Okay. Shit.
So, but just for like full circle. So this is the same thing that Shilarani is.
That's what Shilarani said to you. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. A lot when she was addressing you all at first. This individual has a mask voice, sounds older, maybe someone in their 60s. You're not sure, but otherwise, that was the same. The words were the same. They're standing there holding their hands in front of themselves in a posture not unlike Shilarani's. Now that Ranmar said that,
Do we recognize them at all or anything?
you can't really see their face. Their cloak is a very simple, thick, brown wool dyed, woven. Very simple.
I'm gonna ask a very silly question. Oh, wonderful Herald person. Are you a shill?
Not anymore.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Uh-huh. So wait, what is that? What is? Are we supposed to know what that means?
The shill are like shill Ronnie, shill Pern. It was the shill like
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
society that started this clusterfuck.
Yeah, they made a whole bunch of
Okay.
magical bullshit, broke a bunch of shit, apparently almost killed the world, did something even worse to fix it.
Ooh.
The Denali became a thing because of what they did, and then the shill vanished and made the vaults and made everyone forget. Very responsible handling of their technology and knowledge, says the narrator. This is sarcasm, by the way, adds the narrator.
Yeah.
So I guess the next maybe silly question would be, why are you not anymore?
You hear whispers all around you, and the hermit looks left and right. You still can't see his face.
Do we all hear whispers?
You do, but you can't make out what they're saying.
Okay.
I have been permitted to answer. Because I chose not to be at the last moment. And in spite of that, I am still punished. Because my crime was deemed great. But because I was repentant, this is my penalty. That of my peers is worse when their time comes. And you will bring that time about, one way or the other.
Who you said at the beginning you were permitted to talk. Who are you answering to?
I answer only to the Red Lady. Whispers get really harsh. The Raven Queen. Joss. The goddess of death and shadow.
Oh.
I'm scared to
I
ask.
can't.
Oh, carry on. No, you have
No.
a question.
I was gonna
Great,
say,
Finn, go
can
for
we
it.
have a quick timeout powwow with the group of what are we asking? I
Sure,
feel
you
like
pull
there's
everyone into a huddle. This is
1,000
incredible.
things.
Sure.
I need to huddle. What are
Ashdale will
we
join the huddle. with you.
doing?
Well, right now we're talking to a real creepy guy who apparently isn't just working for my boss, but he answers only to my boss, who I didn't want to be my boss anymore. And she's whispering to him in a way we can all hear, and I don't like it.
It's gonna
This
be
is also a
okay.
check-in for Ashdale.
We've
Hi.
It's like a timeout puddle.
Can you make out what the whispers are saying?
I'm not going to make out with the Herald. What are you talking about?
I thought that's what you said. I thought that's exactly what I heard.
I'm really stressed, Ashdale says. She puts a hand on Esmeralda. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't speak the language. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Could I tell what it was? Probably not. It was probably the shill.
It was not Shillian. No.
Different language.
Oh, okay.
Wait, how can we understand it if it's different?
Was
is
it
it just 'cause we're the-
celestial?
You know it's speech. You can hear, like, if you hear a language you don't understand, you can still tell it's speech because it has, like, structure and patterns and rhythm that
Yeah.
you kind of get. Oh, they're communicating, but you don't know what they're saying.
But
Yes.
but we were hearing them say.
No, we weren't hearing the whispers.
Explain that.
You heard
We heard the
whispers.
We were hearing.
You
we-
don't know
yeah.
what the whispers said.
Oh, okay.
It
If
is
it
clear the
was-
hermit did, though.
The hermit is
Gotcha.
speaking a language we understand.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha.
That's correct.
If it was celestial, would I have been able to notice that that was what it was, even if I don't speak it? I have a.
It was
an
not celestial.
inkling.
No.
Okay. All right. Never mind then. I don't know what it could have been. Shit. Okay. Okay. So.
I'm gonna write a separate little list to talk about and ask.
All right. So to the Herald. We were told that the Red Lady remembers. Is that
The whispers happen. They're soft, distant. And so she has sent me to speak with you. Because now 2 of the ancients, 3 of the ancients have been in contact with you.
It's. Can I? Do I have the skin? Do I have the skin book with me? Or
Yes.
like I never
you
took it
always
off
have
me,
the skin
so.
book. You always have the
Okay.
skin book.
Can I flip? Is the hermit close enough so I can show them?
Sure.
Listen, I also have a suspicion. I wanna wait, you said three what?
Of the ancients.
Ancients. Can I flip to the page with Aya and ask if she's an ancient?
Sure. The whispers get harsh. She is not an ancient. I cannot answer further questions about this human.
ah damn.
Oh.
I don't like that.
But can I ask the reason?
No,
Okay.
that's not very helpful, Ashdale says. I recognize that. But I'm only able to do so much right now. Okay, Ashdale says.
What does that mean?
It means, Ashdale says, that the Raven Queen is the greatest calculator in all of existence. She operates on logic and hard reasoning, and she doesn't always tell us what her reasons are. That is the
That makes
case,
it hard to
says the
trust.
Herald. It certainly does, said Ashdale.
Yeah.
You know what? I can see that would be exceptionally frustrating.
It'd be hard to work for somebody who couldn't.
She wants to help, says the Herald. She sent you, he says to Ashdale. Ashdale looks furious but doesn't say anything.
Wait, did you say it like that, Harold?
Whispers. I don't know, he says.
Okay. Wait, so Primar, what did you ask? You asked about oh shoot, I can't remember what you just asked about. I just lost that train.
I asked about the shill, and then I asked when you were asking about Aya, and the Herald wasn't able to answer. I asked if I could know why, and
Oh, that's
negative.
right.
Okay. What was the other question I had though? I had one, and then Ravioli was like, "Forget that."
I'm gonna flip back. I'm gonna flip back real quick so I can look at this.
I do have a question. How does the Raven Queen or the Red Lady, sorry, how does the Raven Queen, Red Lady, I did it again, whatever. How does she remember this? But
That's what I was remembering.
Because
good old
she
Bocage
has me. And
Oh.
I can remember I can't forget. She won't let me forget. She won't let me rest until you complete the tasks set before me.
What
Until
are
we
the
complete the
tasks?
tasks set before you?
The whispers briefly and then silence. Yes,
What tasks?
you are already on the path.
Everyone keeps telling us we're on this path. And I
We're
really,
just confused.
I really would like a little bit more clarification to what this path is, because the path is getting hard.
Same.
You need to find the vaults. You need to find the vaults.
How can we do that?
I'm
Some of
guessing
them-
you're not aware of where they moved to.
Some of them will reveal themselves to you. Others you will find. You will already have assistance in that matter. I understand.
We've got some help. Yeah. Okay.
Scribbling.
Each of the vaults will reveal step by step elements of the mistakes we made. And I can help you understand. But you have to find them all. You will find them all, whether you wish to or not.
Do you know how many there are?
7.
Do you remember
I remember everything.
which valid? Do you have a lead on which one might have a circle of mandate?
The whispers. Yes.
That would be exceptionally helpful if we could know where one of those are.
You are
if for
drawing
nothing.
quite near to it now.
Physically or
I
on
can't
our
answer that.
path? Okay. Shit.
You are on the path. Why is it, Ashdale says, that you can't just tell us where to go? Because it's clear she knows, and she doesn't trust us enough to tell us where to go, so she has to trick us into doing it.
Hold on. Let's.
She is lucky I'm in here at all, Ashdale says.
Can I like lean over and like whisper to Ashdale? Hopefully the hermit does not hear me when I say you are totally valid, but you need to rein it back. a little bit." You are right.
She clenches her fists.
I'm not going to say that right now. I have a question.
I want to tell them more, he says. Go ahead and ask your question, Finn.
Wait, what was it?
He just whispers, I want to tell them more.
Oh.
And the voices respond quietly. And you can't hear what the whispers are saying.
Oh.
What's your question, Finn?
I was gonna ask. We've been hearing about how there was 2 moons, 1 moon, and then 2 moon, and then 1 moon again. Do you have anything you can offer about that situation?
The moons.
The moons.
Yeah, good call.
The loss of the second moon was a coincidence.
How did it happen, though?
There's a brief whisper. You told me I could help, he says. You kept me here to help. Why tie my hands now when the actual wardens are here Finally, I have waited 2,000 years. They whisper something firm sounding. I don't know what she said, Ashdale said, but I know what she said.
Did she basically say, shut the hell up and do what I say? That's kind of what it felt like.
Can I
Ashdale-
bardic inspiration the hermit? I don't think my powers can reach her, but
Yeah, you can. Sure. Interesting.
I just think it is really unfair that it has felt like your hands have been tied for like more than half of the questions that we are supposed to be getting help with. We are also frustrated
What
and
does
confused.
the bardic inspiration die add? Is it a d6 or a d8 now?
It's a D8 now.
Holy shit. Okay.
What's the roll against a
I'm checking one off.
You can almost see the hermit's eyes from the hood now as he looks into your eyes, Finnegan. There's some thankfulness there, some understanding, and vehemence. We think the vehemence has been there the whole time, though.
What's vehemence?
Like righteous fury, kind of. When Shilzat used the staff of the Shill to shift the beholders to the abyss, I was there. The amount of power he pulled from the 10th circle of magic mortally wounded the goddess of nature. The elves
10th?
came forward and they told us we have a viable replacement. The goddess you know is Maleki, but the goddess I knew was Alona. Kithriel believed that Alona could be cured. But the elves, as a whole, were not convinced. And they insisted that their powerful druid lord, Maleki, be raised up. And we did so, for we had the power to ascend beings and transform their natures to other planes. The gods let us do it.
So what happened to the goddess who was wounded?
He looks around himself as though listening for whispers that don't come. And then he looks at you, Esmeralda, and he says, she still walks this earth and longs for godhood. And she seeks the artifacts to ascend herself.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Malahi wants to ascend? I thought
Alona
Shill-
wishes to
Alona.
reascend,
to
but she
reascend.
cannot
Okay.
ascend to be a goddess of nature. She needs some other portfolio, some other set of beliefs and superstitions.
So she was cured, but still stripped of.
No, she is still wounded, splintered. But enough of her is united that it is seeking to be elevated and ascend. But to do that, she'll need multiple artifacts and the machine, because the circle of mandate is not strong enough to ascend a god.
What is the machine?
It is a more powerful version of the circle in a way. There were many circles of mandate in the kingdom. Only one made it into a vault. But the machine was too important, and it consumes an entire vault all its own. We could do almost anything with it, we thought.
Who created it?
We did.
Was the machine what was used to create the artifact?
Some of them. It created the staff, the orbs of finding ley lines. It created my son.
Who's your son?
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared.
I
ask
think
this.
I
Is it-
know.
I think I know. Yeah.
Was your name Pern?
It still is, if it's permissible. You don't have to ask for
Whatever
permission
you
for
want.
everything, Ashdale says. I may have to now. Creating life was not something that she appreciated. What is happening over there? It's chaos.
Ravioli just suddenly gagged. It was such a wet sound, and I was like, "What the?" I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
That was such a good face.
It was also a really good moment.
Totally heard the sound come through your microphone,
Yeah.
but it sounded like a sneeze or just like
It sounded, yeah.
It was not a sneeze.
It was quiet and then just that.
that
And then
face.
my
That
face. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. Okay. Pern, you, I assume, would be happy to know that Jacoby is well.
I have seen. I know you released him. And I am
Good.
grateful.
Good. Good.
A side note for it. Do you have a message that we can take back, or you want us to take back to him?
No,
You don't have to.
it is time for him to move on.
Oh.
He's ready. He has been ready. He may be
Don't
the
worry
only
about
one
the-
who can help with the fragments. The vault that he was in, it had my notes on his creation. And they were not there when you entered the vault, were they?
Nope.
Oh.
Someone was able to enter the vault. Someone who knew its layout. Someone who knew what was there. And they took things from the vault. My notes among them, it must be the case.
Would you? Oh no, you go. I was gonna say. Would you have any suspicion for who that might have been, or do you have a list of names that you know could do that?
fancy shoes.
He shakes his head. He looks at you for a moment, Esme. Fancy shoes.
That's all we know about that being.
What being?
There's a
The one who watches.
yeah,
The one who
there's,
watches.
a thorn in our side, to say the least, that we've begun to suspect may also be a shill. I forgot the name that we thought right now.
Sulian.
Sulian.
Yeah.
Sulian.
Is it possible he's also still alive?
He's not alive. But he does persist still, yes.
Oh shit, that's worse. Okay.
You are not ready to confront him. But he must be made to pay the price for his hubris as well. His soul is ready for collection.
Julian's?
It has been for some time now. It belongs to the Raven Queen, and he has kept it from her.
How is he powerful enough to do that?
It's not known, because the being you see walking around in Sulian's skin is both Sulian and not Sulian. There are some whispers. He looks to the whisper, but every time before you've seen him look, he's looked fearful and obedient, but this time he looks and there's a bit of obstinance to his gaze now. You can see his face a little bit. He has a beard. It's very, very scraggly and short. Brilliant white. He's sharp-featured with gentle but strong eyes. You can't tell the color yet. He looks back to you and he says, I think I understand finally. It's been some time since I've spoken to people. The reason she will set rules is because it's important to her that free will has its place. And we demonstrate that. He looks at Ashdale. When we break the rules that she sets, to a degree. He takes his hood off. His eyes are ice blue, like looking at the top of a glacier during a sunrise. Sulian was supposed to die with the rest of us in the vaults. But he used his gate magic within moments of the final casting to exit the vault to safety, which was a break of our trust and our word, but very much like him. He has spent the intervening centuries trying to find Shillarani, but he doesn't want to find her in a way that will belie the evil things he has done to get this far, because he fears that she will reject him, and I expect she will no matter what he does, because what he has done is boggling. He has cloned himself time and time again to extend his life. I have not seen clone magic like it. Clone magic does not extend the years that you can have, but he managed to eke out 1,000 years of cycling clone after clone until it started to affect his mind. And then, in order to extend his life further and guarantee he made it, he made multiple clones all at once, and he recognized that these clones would not endure the way the others had, and so every one of them, except for, accepted an agreement with a vampire lord. There are at least 13 Shilsulian vampires wandering this plane, and all of them at odds at times, but united in one purpose. They wish to find Shillarani.
Why is it that they haven't been able to?
Oh, they know where she is.
They ain't getting her.
But if they fall upon Hollice with all of their power, she will reject them. But if Hollice falls due to other circumstances, and he attempts to save it and fails, she will see her hero. But you will not allow the fall of Hollice, and you will destroy this fiend, or she will under your help.
Oh, crap.
I was not supposed to share that with you, he says directly to Ashdale. Ashdale still looks angry, but then betrays a bit of a smile. How else can I help you? She may permit me another question or two, I think.
was gonna, if we have any more important questions, I was gonna ask a question that might not be like as impactful for like anything. So if y'all have things that you're like, we need to ask this, then
I can't think of one right now, but my mind's kind of boggling.
yeah.
What about? I'll ask real quietly. Ashdale, you got anything? Or want to have anything?
She
I do
closes her
another guidance.
eyes and tenses her mouth for a moment, then opens them and looks levelly at she'll Pern, pardon me, the hermit, and she says, "What about me?" "You know," Pern says. And she nods. "You did it before. You can do it again," Pern says. Yeah. Ashdale looks at you, Ranmar, for a long moment, and she looks sad. And then she looks back to Pern. "I worry I'm going to be chastised for my decision, but I feel like it was the right one," he says. "You don't need to confront Sulian or Alona head on, not yet. Alona doesn't know you exist. Or she knows that you will exist, but has no idea you are in play right now. And Sulian is the same. He doesn't realize that the wardens are here. He didn't believe you would be real. He thought the ravings of his apprentice about the prophecies of some dead aberration race. He never respected Arani. And she was right. And here you are to prove it. You will avenge those of us among the Shill who wished for better decisions. And I thank you. Oh, before I go, take care of the succubus. She's important." With that, he fades as though brushing away like he's smoke.
I should have asked. Okay.
Ashdale turns to all of you and she says, "It's going to be a while, but I will see you again," she says. And she just quickly hugs Ranmar and kisses your forehead. Pauses a moment with her nose to your nose. And then she turns and walks and is smoke as he was, and she's gone.
The only appropriate response.
What do I do? Where did she go? God damn it!
Ranmar, follow into the smoke. Follow into the smoke, quick.
Go.
I
You
have
can
a-
do it if you pretend you're smoke. You can.
Be one with the smoke.
I have a feeling the red lady would be like, "Get out."
You're pretty sure she plane shifted. Ranmar.
You know what can go across fucking planes? Sending.
Rachel.
That's true.
Rachel.
Also, Rachel can go across planes. That's true.
Also, Rachel. But I have to give her a piece of my mind. She can't just do that and then
Wait.
leave.
Can she? Has she always? Can she just like Rachel can't just boop, boop, boop,
You,
boop, or
you
is
don't
that
know.
a one?
I mean, so the narrator / your dungeon master will sort of bridge the gap here that, I mean, for a while now it's been, I explained this a little bit to Lost and to Fragi here, but like in second and third edition, in second edition more than third, if a paladin lost their powers or stopped using them for any reason, they were functionally a fighter of about half their level. Because the balance of paladin out, I mean, second paladins were crazy because they were essentially like a level, like a level at level fighter with a bunch of extra shit they could just do. In third, they were a little bit better balanced, you know, but if you lose all the magic and special paladin shit, you're basically just a basic fighter who is really lagging behind everyone else in the party. Unless you're with a party that's at a level appropriate for that. And Ashdale has been revealing to you all very steadily that she has some abilities that she's been refusing to use for a while. So in order for her to like reclaim her abilities and get back into the real saddle, as it were, she's got to re-go on her paladin quest. That's more or less what's happening. Which she has to do alone.
Whoa.
Which Rama will recognize, I think, even though she's... Sorry, they are very upset about it. Ashdale's also upset about it.
I understand like why, but this situation, excuse me, then she left. You can't do that, Ashdale.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what she would do, right?
God damn it! Those are panic
I
fingers.
feel like this is Ranmar casting every spell they have all at once.
Just blowing every spell slot you've got.
My gay panic fingers.
Can Ranmar have a gay panic spell?
I'm pretty sure
Free of charge.
Yeah.
Once every 15 minutes during stream.
Yeah.
It should be the opposite of the rolling of the one.
Well,
In some way.
it's pretty related to him, honestly.
Oh my god. Well, shit.
Are we still, wait,
I mean, the candles all fade from view, and now you're in a large room that has a cavernous ceiling and a granite block floor. And it's easy from where you are to see the doorway leading to the staircase down behind you.
I was about to say, is it still like magically lit?
Yeah, you can still see.
are we supposed to go there?
I have a feeling Ranmar's going to sit there for a while.
I'm just going to glare at that spot for a minute.
I hope wherever Ashdale is, she gets to speak her truth about her boss
Ranmar, you said you can
in her own time and way.
you can do sending across planes. Can you sending
sure
her a
can.
piece of your
After
mind?
I sleep for 8 hours, I sure
Oh,
can.
shoot.
I don't have sending.
The moment you get sending back, just like send something, be like, WTF, end of sending.
You're going to send Angie texts.
I'm gonna send Angie texts with like a kissy face at the end. Damn
The
it,
text just
I
says,
swapped-
"How very dare."
I'm so upset. I swapped out sending for water walk.
Hey, it's
And I
an
don't remember what
an important spell to have.
I
It's a
thought
really
it
good.
was gonna be important.
It could have been vital, and if you didn't have it, I definitely would have dumped you in the water. So it's good that you had it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You made the right decision.
I shouldn't have told you that I had that spell. I should have just done it.
I mean,
Then it would have come in handy.
I'd
God
fig-
damn it.
I'd have figured you'd have
Tomorrow, I'm going to send Ashdale a text message.
How very dare, madam.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't need the other 20 words.
Nope.
I'm
Just one word.
not even going to use 20
Excuse?
words.
Excuse, question mark, exclamation point.
as Marie and Finnegan get to bear witness to Ranmar kind of circling in place, staring at the spot where Ashdale once was, flustered, flailing fingers.
Justified.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a moment.
Their usually impeccably groomed mustache is incredibly unruly somehow.
It sure is. It
Oh.
looks like a
Oh.
thing now. It's just, they're going everywhere.
I think this is a fair scenario to let out some emotion, so I'm gonna let you have it. I think that's the most cathartic thing that can be done.
Thank you.
Hard agree.
No words, only fingies.
Only flail.
Only
Oh my
flail.
God. I'm actually having emotions, so hold on.
When in chat,
I was tearing up when I was realizing what was happening. I was like, no way. Absolutely not.
What kind of a monster DM would do that? I'm gonna find that asshole and give him a piece of my mind. I'm writing a strongly worded letter.
You're gonna swim forever too.
I bet it's the same guy who
shit.
ate Reginald.
Just keep swimming.
That's the kind of person. who
Finnegan,
would
you
do
did
that.
it. You sent Ashdale away.
It was actually the DM who ate Reginald.
Technically, you murdered Reginald.
I was here the whole time.
DM
Right
going
under our
swim
noses.
forever with the fishes.
Chat right now is
That
gold. I can't
didn't
wait
get
for you to
eaten.
follow up on chat later today.
Oh my God.
Chat
I've
is
got to
gold
go
right now.
back. I still have to look at, I didn't get to read chat from last Thursdays. I got to go back and watch it again with chat.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Would it help you all decompress to? We could roll the credits right now, or we have like 15 minutes. You could also, or 20 minutes. You could also make your way down to Yabandon for follow up, which might also help your emotions.
Ranmar's okay. Ranmar's ready to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
I
relative.
don't even know what questions I have for you, Bondon, right now, though. If I'm being honest, I need to sort. I need to sort
Process.
what I have. Yeah.
I need
Spinning.
to
We've
ask,
got the buffering thing is happening right now.
Spinning beach ball.
Yeah.
I need to ask
I'm
Yabandon and somehow ask the Raven Queen. How the fuck am I supposed, or are we supposed to keep Rachel safe when my god won't let any of my spells help her? And the Planetar was like, protect Rachel, but not with spells. I'm like, you motherfucker.
That's not fair.
I need magic. That's like my shtick. Ugh. And we asked Yabandon for any help he could provide on that front too.
In terms of
It's
finding
been-
Rachel if she was abducted. That was something you had asked him already. You're saying these are other things you want to ask him. So you make your ways down the stairs while Ranmar frantically waves fitties and talks to himself the whole way down the stairs. And
Is there nothing? Can I hang back for just a moment? There's
Sure.
nothing else back in here.
it's a big auditorium size. Well, it's not auditorium size. It's maybe like a 50-foot diameter room. Ceiling's maybe 25, 23 feet in the air. Very rough hewn out granite, chunky. And the floor is carved granite blocks. That's it. Nothing else in the room. The candles that were there were gone. The darkness, inexplicably not there. This room is lit enough to sort of see what I've described, but there's no other features to it anyway.
Okay, I'm not gonna hang back too long. I'm just gonna hang back for a moment, taking in the room too, and then I'm just gonna
All right. Okay.
Can I ask? I thought I had asked Yabandon for a way to disguise Rachel from detection. Did I not? Because that was when I had
the
my
summary
epiphany.
was that because Kudrukas knows her true name, that because she's powerful enough, she can choose not to answer the summons, but she can't hide herself from him.
Okay.
So there's no way to
So
use non-detection or anything to prevent him from finding her. He'll just use the fact he knows her name to locate her on the plane that way,
but
or any plane.
I thought okay. Maybe I don't
Yabandon's
remember.
task was to figure out a way to find her, which is why he asked for like a lock of her hair, which she declined to give him at the time.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't remember because I'm still upset that my non-detection epiphany didn't work.
No, it's smart. It was smart. Yeah, but
Okay.
welcome. Welcome back. You
Hi, Yabandon.
please make yourselves comfortable.
got
There's-
any snacks?
There's food all over the table that you're
Great.
about to sit down at, where Rachel and Milavir are.
And Mar just grabs whatever's on the table.
I
Uh,
think we're about to go through the backpack bourbon.
why are you short?
I was thinking the same thing.
I was too.
I was like getting ready to be like, keep the alcohol in, small amounts.
There's not enough bourbon in the bottle anymore to get you as hammered as last time, unfortunately.
God damn it. It did take a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, you were a dwarf kind.
Damn.
We're missing one, Milavir says.
We
Yeah.
are.
Did the guy eat her? I told you I should go.
She went willingly. Well,
It's
maybe willingly isn't
Sort
quite the
of.
right
It's
word.
complicated.
It's a complicated paladin
It's
thing.
complicated. Are they dating? Where did they go?
Another plane? Probably.
What plane? Rachel says.
Good question. Would I know?
I bet you could pitch a guess.
I'm gonna pitch a guess. What am I guessing?
Well, I mean,
Whatever plane the
where
Raven Queen is.
where does the Raven
What-
Queen hang out?
I sure wish I knew.
The plane of shadow. The plane of
Oh, I didn't know that
Ramar
was a
would know
thing.
that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
I didn't know that was a thing. Sorry. Okay. Probably the plane of shadow.
Do you want me to go help her?
I don't know.
This
Is
I don't
this
know.
like-
This
is this one of those things
kind of
that you
feels like
have
a
to
thing
do
she
on
needs to
your
do on her own. Yeah.
That is accurate. Abundance says.
Damn. Love the offer though.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I can't really get any of you there. Not safely anyway.
Oh, then yeah, don't do it. I'll sleep on it. I'll have a nice grumpy sleep. And then I'll remember my spell in the morning and I will check on her. That's all I know to do.
Rachel looks a little bit frustrated, but she nods.
Frustrated?
Mhm.
At Ranmar? Oh fuck.
Not at
Did I
Ranmar.
put my foot in my mouth again?
Not at Ramar. You think
At the
she
situation.
wants to go
Okay.
help? You think she doesn't want?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She sees an opportunity to use her abilities to help the party. Doesn't like the fact that she can't help the party.
It'll be okay. Probably.
So I assume you learned at least some things you needed to know. You all look pretty overwhelmed, if I'm being honest.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
Have you ever spoken with the Herald?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well, it seems silly now, but we just noticed how compact the pathway is. And I
The
didn't know
pathway-
if the hermit could come down.
The pathway is as large as it needs to be for those
Oh,
it is for.
magic stuff. Got it. Right.
Cool.
Look, I'm a little frazzled. Sorry.
I just to fill you bond on and while Ranmar is like doing whatever, I will let you tell everyone else. So I will take just you bond on and be like, look, some things happened, some people left, and we're processing it.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I understand. I have walked the same road that Ashdale is no doubt walking in this moment, and she's strong. She will be fine. In fact, she's done it before. So her odds of death are very, very low.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, Yabondan.
I'm trying to be
wait,
encouraging. I mean, it's
You,
she have-
that hadn't even occurred to me, Yabondan. Thank
Does she
you
have
so
to do
much.
the same? Does she have to do the same like thing again? Like, is it the same? Like,
Yeah, more or less the same exact thing.
Vergadine says
Okay.
as he sits down next to Mulavir.
Sorry, is
Can
this seat
we-
taken?
Here.
Is this cool? Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Okay, is he here?
why, hello, Vergadine. To what we owe the pleasure.
I just figured, you know, Ramark could use the support right now. You get it, right?
I do get it, yes. Welcome.
Ranmar's slowly banging their head on the table at this point.
Given the seating arrangements, you have to be next to Rachel, who's doing kind of a hands waving around you. It's gonna be okay. She's a strong lady. She's scary. She's really resourceful. She's very motivated. She's super pissed all the time. That's gonna help.
That's my favorite thing about her. You're right.
That's your favorite
Okay.
thing about her?
I have many.
I
I
really-
can have more than one favorite.
I like the freckles and the dimples myself, honestly. Like,
There
have
can
you
be
noticed
multiple
that she's
favorites.
got the littlest little dimples and the rare time she smiles? And it's usually at you. If you notice she smiles at you, I've noticed.
I did notice.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice.
Can I tell you a secret? Rachel says.
Oh no! Yes.
She leans really close to you. I think she's a little bit into you, and I think she's a little conflicted about it because she has baggage she doesn't want you to worry about.
I'm glad it wasn't just me who thought that.
You know, Rachel, you're really smart, and we all knew that, but I just like seeing examples of just how much time you had to read books. It has had its effect on you.
Vergadine, speaking of Rachel,
oh shoot!
Sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Vergadine, you remember how you told me that it was because you helped Ashdale and you were like, here's what you got to do in return. You got to
Yeah.
keep Rachel.
That's right. Yeah,
Remember
that's
that?
that is your official responsibility in terms of you answering the deal that I kind of forced you into, frankly. I mean, that's kind of a thing that planetars do sometimes.
That's fine. And
But we're cool,
I
right?
just-
Because
depending on how you answer this question right now,
oh, okay.
how
shoot.
am I supposed to keep her safe if none of the spells work? Like,
What do
I
you mean?
can't, like-
You have sending and you have like zappies and
But like I can't give like a bless for when she's helping us kick robot gorilla ass.
well,
Can't
yeah,
do
because
that. I can't do any healing.
oh,
Look, can you turn the magic on? Pretty please.
Well,
make an exception for Rachel.
so here's the deal, okay? You are the arbiter of your power, and as far as we're concerned, in the name of Macabre, you may use that power as you deem fit. So if you choose to, for example, heal Rachel or bless a Tanari, an infernal, so you get it. We are not going to stop you. However, her side might stop you. You see, they have their own pantheon and their own thing. So I would
Rachel's
not-
Pantheon's spell blocking me?
I would
Damn!
not suggest striking a bargain with any of those folks.
Okay.
But that-
I didn't realize I could be stopped from someone else. Damn. Okay. All right.
He
Fair enough.
he looks at the table for a moment and then he looks at you.
Uh-oh.
You
Sorry, you forgot to hit the button. You learned some things new.
I Sure did.
And it took me a moment for your knowledge to percolate up the chain because, I mean,
percolate me.
you're pretty distracted right now, which is totally fair. We all get it. Look, I want you to know that I think what you got going on with Ashdale, it's nice. Honestly, it's refreshing. It's cute. She's got some stuff to work through, which she is doing right now, and she'll be fine, I think. But anyway, don't worry about that. So, what were we talking about? Right.
Yeah.
You
Carry on.
can't heal Rachel because she's a demon. And if she wasn't a demon, you could heal her, which that sounds crazy. Except that you just learned about someone that wasn't a god being transformed into one. That means some elf was transformed into not just a celestial, but a deity level celestial. And taking someone from a low power level and jumping them to a high power level honestly either takes centuries of adventuring and power gathering and proving yourself and gaining followers and knowledge, but someone who's already of an equivalent power level
And he points at Rachel.
being lateraled to something else, that might work. Can you talk to some of your folks about that? How would we do that? How would you do that? Because that would mean you'd have, oh, this is exciting. You'd have to use a Shillian artifact thingy and figure out how to make the thing work, and maybe you could transform her into something else.
Like what? Rachel says.
Well, okay, that does actually raise something a little bit complex. Because everything that you could be transformed into, this is going to get really complicated. Sorry, folks at home. So if we're going to transform you into something else, okay, we have to give this some thought. Because you can't be like an elemental. You'll lose your intellect. And in order to become like a celestial, which is the most obvious fit, that's not a god, which I don't recommend you all try that. You're going to need to find someone that is okay with Rachel joining their ranks. Now, you obviously have an in with me, so that's a possibility. I might be able to put a good word in for you if you don't mind working for me. This sounds ludicrous, but if Ranmar, who can do basically anything because they're brilliant, can figure out how to fire up one of those doohickeys and you don't get blown up by the process, which, let's be real, that could happen. If you're willing to take that risk, actually, I shouldn't brush it under the rug, because if something goes wrong and you fail the conversion, you will just cease to exist. There's no resurrecting there, I'm pretty sure. That's just game over for you. So maybe do your research on this one and also make an informed decision. And now that I've said all this, I'm going to double check with the boss man to see if he'd actually be cool with it, because I am nerding out about how dope it would be, but he's got weird ideas sometimes. So I'm just going to follow up with the boss and see what that all means.
That would be super duper.
Wow.
I'll dig on stuff from my end.
I'm really proud of myself there. I was like, heck, what a cool.
That was great.
Cool. Hey.
I love it.
Hey, I just helped. Yeah.
You helped so much.
Do you feel better about stuff now?
It's sinking in.
All right.
Let me process. Thank you.
I'll tell you what. Remember when I said I could definitely get you back up if you die?
I do.
Okay, if you're willing to let me use that to protect Ashdale, I can get her up if she dies during what she's doing right now. And then, I won't be able to bail you out when it happens.
Whatever, that's fine. Do it.
Okay, got it. All right, I'm gonna go keep an eye on her because she's actually trying to rush through the process, which is not a good idea.
No.
And hopefully
God,
she'll
no,
listen to
I
me.
Don't,
Oh, and
could I?
don't get any
Damn
bright
it.
ideas.
He says to Rachel, looking right at her.
I don't want to see you get fucking mopped up once I just came up with this cool idea. I'd really like to at least see you get to the point when you can say, I don't want to do that. I'll get blowed up. And then rush into the plane of shadow and get Ashdale out of the immortal prison, and that's fine. All right, everyone, take care. Sick.
Oh, wait.
He vanishes. That was
Alright.
abrupt, Yamandan says.
That's his thing.
Sometimes he just pop in. Sometimes we just sit here. Sometimes Raymar goes talking for a little bit, and me and Ez are just like, "What are you doing over there?"
I just go off in the corner for a few minutes.
No,
and then
all
come
of you
back
saw
with
Vergadine.
inspiration.
You all saw him that
Yeah.
time. He just sat
Yeah,
down.
this is a special treat. We don't
Come
get that often.
Yeah. It's the second time he showed up. for
Correct. Yeah.
everybody.
The first time he just
Yeah.
said, literally, he just said, "Ah, fuck it," and then he stopped the time stop and then let everyone in the party at least see him and stuff.
Yeah.
And he spoke to Finn one time
Yes.
when
He
with the it's not spirit shield, whatever. Same
Oh,
thing.
I got you, little buddy. I remember that. Yeah. when you,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cast like shield on him.
Uh,
Yeah, and he told one of the orcs to get wrecked. I remember. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
yeah.
God, what's it called? Now I don't remember.
Shield of Faith, I
That
think.
little buddy.
Shield of Faith, that's it.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It was gonna bug me.
Well, I think you probably recognize that Planetar is not someone that everyone gets to see at all. They're very busy entities. So the fact that he gave you that much time and is going to help Ashdale apparently is he might get in trouble for that, honestly, but I can't really say. The relationship between
pretty good.
the choirs is it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like he looks at Ranmar for a long moment and he smiles and then he doesn't finish the thought. So
Is he thinking what I think he's thinking?
probably. So the bread is fresh out of the oven. It's still warm. It should be safe to crack open now. It's bound to be delicious.
I would like to crack it open.
Yes, please.
I am
It
actually hungry right now.
Reminds
I
you.
know I'm starving.
It reminds you of the roles you had when you left Rizaldi's Rest for the road that Ashdale packed in the bag. And the credits roll.
Oh, the whole
Totally knew
next
that was
episode
coming.
is going to be Hollice therapy for Randmar.
Hi, chat.
Poor
I want to
Ranmar.
go to sleep and I want to learn sending. Hello, Chad.
I want to go to sleep.
I was getting ready to ask Vergadine to take a message for Ranmar.
That would have been smart, yeah.
Then he disappeared before I had a chance.
I did start to ask and then it was gone. Or he was gone. It was over.
How is
Hi.
everyone in chat doing? So, somebody, I saw you come in before and say, I think I know where we are. And that made me really happy because I knew for a fact you knew exactly where they were. So
Hi.
a peek behind the curtain, because I love doing these now that we have this. So the hermit is Shilpern, the
Yeah.
one of the three and the creator of Jacoby. And because he forsook his role, yada, yada, he was able to, instead of getting a horrible punishment, which is what awaits Sulian and Zot, he got to just be this herald. That's his job now.
Sounds like a better deal, honestly.
But he wasn't always the hermit. And so back in the first timeline, the hermit was just some plant I put in there to give them information because there was so much stuff and they were getting a little confused about stuff. And so Yabandan, who they always trusted, introduced them to the hermit. He said, I think you should talk to the hermit. And they were like, who? And then he showed them the doorway. I made it all up on the fly. And they walked up into the mountain and talked to this dude and this candles and the darkness and all that. I just made it all up on the spot. And this guy answered questions for them. And they used that to review stuff and figure things out and hammer out ideas. And the hermit would call to them sometimes and they would go. And sometimes they would go to Yaban and be like, we want to talk to the hermit. And sometimes he would say, you can't right now. Or at times he'd say, yes, you can. And they would go. At one point during a conversation with him, I had figured out, I thought, who the hermit was going to be in that campaign universe. But we're sitting around the table, and one of the 3 players who he was always paying attention, and he loved to role play, but he confided in us a couple of times. He felt behind on understanding stuff. And so we'd have a lot of sessions where we'd just talk about and answer questions and stuff because he wanted to get it. And he's staring at me really intently during this conversation with the hermit. And I wish I remember what I said that made him say this. But he leaned forward, he pointed right at me, and he said, "You are Shill Pern." And the other 2 players looked at each other and looked at me. And there was this look on their faces that said, "Oh my God, he has to be right. Is he right?" And so they look at the DM. And the answer is honestly, no. But I wasn't going to tell them no because it was so fucking cool. It was way better than my idea. I said, he takes his hood off and reveals that, yes, he is Shill Pern. And he was so psyched. He was like cheering and clapping and stuff. And like he felt like really engaged. And he felt so excited that he figured a thing out when the other players kept figuring shit out. And I gave it to him. And so that the hermit has been Shill Pern in every timeline since because of that improv.
I love that.
That's really nice. I love that a lot.
That's D&D.
I love how both me and Quinn were like at the same time, like,
I saw you.
Yeah. I tried dropping little hints this time because there's no reason to hide it. Like, I mean, that is, he is motivated to help.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad
that
I
was
caught on to
wonderful.
I will answer your questions to the best of my
That was
ability.
extra spectacular.
I'm so glad I caught that.
Smart.
Okay.
Thanks, Danny Daydreamer. Yeah. All of the episodes, if you really, really enjoyed it, don't feel pressured. I'm not getting any views on YouTube that are like, worth metrics, but you can see the entire thing. It's fun. I go back and listen to them again sometimes. And you can see every session from the very first one, back when they were all trying to figure out how role-playing worked, and to this point now when they're all trying to find people to date in the game.
Except
they're
for me.
all trying to find people to date
Except for Esmeralda.
in the game.
Esmeralda does not want to date.
You knew what you were doing. That I don't remember which session it was. It was like session 2 or something. And like Ashdale had a bunch of ale and like grabbed Ranmar's face and was like, "You gotta tell me if it's go time. Are we fighting?" And I was like,
I'll tell you when it's go time.
Yeah, you did. I remember
Don't
you
worry.
saying that Ranmar had blushed, and I thought, okay, let's see where this goes. And so, yeah, I had Ashdale grab
Love that.
Ranmar's face just to because Ashdale would totally have done that. Just anyway, but now that's not the case, and Ashdale did it because Ashdale had a tiny crush that she had been working through the entire time. Obviously. That's how story works in Dungeons and Dragons. He's gonna roll with it.
I gotta send her a message in the morning.
I mean, I wonder if she's gonna be stuck in whatever this immortal prison thing is that, and you'll have to have a big
Yeah, I
adventure
heard that drop too.
onto the plane of shadow to get her out of there. Who knows?
Yeah, okay.
That was a settled drop.
Thank you. I tried to be subtle about it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
And I'm not
either.
Ranmar.
I'm not a happy camper.
Anyway, I guess because of the decisions that were made in somebody's timeline, they didn't get to see sort of where all these arc went in the first timeline. It's kind of similar to Ashdale in terms of danger level and stuff, but it's not Ashdale. It's Aldi. And so like it's a very different situation.
So excited for him.
So yeah.
I want to
Wrap
help
him
him
in
be
bubble
brave
wrap
boy.
and send him off on his adventure.
Yeah, he's gonna go
I'm yay close from putting him in bubble wrap, and I think Aya would agree.
bubble wrap.
I know, right? Like that you and Aldi, and now I just watched Ashdale disappear into smoke to do dangerous paladin quest shit. I'm like,
Look at what you're missing out on.
This is stressful.
The
Don't
stress, the
join
terror.
all of the angst.
It's like you can either sit around and watch Tag apologize to trees and think that's silly, or you can put your heart into the DM's hands and see
have it
what
shattered.
happens. Those are the two options.
So wait,
They're
so
either
we
gonna
don't
go
think
onto a
that
plane or
Esmeralda
get
had
drowned.
we don't think that Esmeralda had enough stress when her freaking brother died? I don't
didn't.
think
That-
we need
it
to
was-
add to that.
It was pretend times.
But she didn't know that.
That was the point.
So she had her own stress there. She doesn't need no more.
Can I
She's
confess
good.
something kind of dark to you all?
Yes.
So, Elvia was supposed to stay dead. But when I was doing Kithriel creep times and just like doing stuff, I impromptu decided, you know what? Why wouldn't Elvir still be alive? This will be fun. And so he asked, do you know where Elvir is? Because
Holy shit.
she knew where Elvir was. And then I made that up on the fly. And then after that session, I'm like, okay, good job, genius. Why the fuck is Elvir still alive and in the Quellen right now? And it took me a couple of days to figure out how to tie it back into the story. But I fucking did it because that's dungeon mastering. That's good.
You did so good.
And it ties into the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Now you all know. Now you all know I'll pull it all out of my keister and I make everything up all the time. Yeah, see what's happening.
You're very good at it.
Thank you.
I couldn't do it.
Cammy Wrap, Aldi, and Bubble Wrap. I think the only character in the game that has a chance of knowing what that is Rachel with the side of Ranmar. Because Ranmar's made some external world references when Ranmar's frustrated, / Moon is frustrated. And Rachel will sometimes just make them and then be like, don't worry about it. And then keep explaining things with different words.
We just wait.
Breaking the fourth wall. It's my bad.
we have we have them construct another set of pillow quilts. And then we just let Aldi wear it like a poncho.
Mhm.
That's his bubble wrap.
I mean, the party's got lots of money. You could probably
but
like
we
commission
also-
some elvish like splint mail or some shit.
We also
And just
need
dress
to
'em up.
create something that's like
Oh.
inflatable because of the water incident.
Bubble
Shoot.
wrap does both those things.
Right, if it's
Nice.
actually bubble wrap.
And bubble wrap's not going to do anything against the sword or teeth. Claws,
Oh, okay.
Laser
I thought we were
weapon.
talking about
laser magic.
the swimming thing
No, no.
still. Okay, right. No, you're right. You're
Acid
right.
breath weapons. Yeah, that's not going to help.
Oh,
Bubble
for
wrap won't
crying out
help.
loud.
Just but no, because even with armor, you can get some big owies when something like
Aldi
a
just needs to
hammer
stay
is on
home.
your armor.
Well, if
So
it's like-
wrap him in bubble wrap and then put armor on him.
You should
So then he'll
pour-
float and be cushioned inside of his armor.
pour all of your money into Jordan and get him to make a suit of +3 chainmail to just dress up Aldi and make it glamoured or something so it's like easy to wear, and he'll just wear it all the time and he'll be fine. Unless he falls in the water.
Or wrap him in like a literal magic bubble.
Oh. I don't think this is going to work out.
I
Yeah, I was
mean,
gonna say.
it's an expensive spell to cast, but I can know Death Ward.
Oh.
I think it's the
What
fourth
is
level.
that?
There you go. Literally
It,
wards against death.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
shit,
if,
really?
I think if like you drop to 0 hit points, no, you don't. You're back up to 1.
Yeah, it'll stabilize you at one.
If
Ooh.
if a blow would have been an instant kill, you just take no damage instead.
Oh,
which is
damn.
nice.
That's really
It's
cool.
a good spell.
That's a solid
I like that it
spell.
fits the theme because, Bakab is not the god of death, but he's dating the god of death. And so has some
You get to fudge
ends
it
there.
just a
You can
little.
fudge it a little bit, yeah. I like that a lot.
I
I
am
mean-
so excited to have. I
Yeah.
have so many questions that I don't want to say what they are right now because I might do them in the moment. But I have a question for Goddess of Death.
Oh.
Yeah, spicy bard.
Let's do it.
I mean, you're sitting with Yabandon. He might be able to augury, or not augury for you, but do a commune.
He should be
or-
able to do commune, yeah. Because he's a
Sure.
cleric of the Raven Queen.
Oh, you're right.
So
He's of advanced level. So
yeah, I was about to say he's like Ranmar if Ranmar was cool.
Is cool.
Ranmar is quite cool. Thank you.
Rude.
They're just a nerd.
Munu, be
Doesn't
nice
matter
to
how cool
Ranmar.
Yabandon is. Yabandon can't save the planet. Only the players can do that.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's scary.
A very cool,
Cool
nerd.
nerd. Thank you,
Chris is right.
Chris.
Chris gets it. Chat gets it. They're having a great time with this stuff.
Oh,
The
my
reactions
emotions.
chat has to some of the shit that happens in the game is very, very great for me. I thoroughly enjoy that.
I'm sad. I don't always get to go back and watch it with chat. Like I listened to it today on Twitch, but like my phone was in my pocket, so I didn't get to see chat. I've got to get back in the habit of watching with chat before
Yeah.
before it's gone into the VOD netherworld.
I think that's reasonable.
Let's ask Ashdale if Ranmar's cool. No,
I think Ashdale would have a very direct response to that, especially if she survives what I'm putting her through right now. I've got some dice rolls to make. I'll do that tomorrow. But for now, we are going to raid Fall Down Go Boom, who played the very first cleric of death in the very first timeline, and you can tell Fall Down that tonight
That's nice.
the party met the hermit. You can say Yabondan showed us to the hermit, and it was a time. You can go ahead and say that, and he will understand more than
That's
maybe
exciting.
anyone else. Stick around for the raid. You're going to need the channel points to save Monty's life and probably Ashdale's life. We're going to have some events coming up this weekend, starting on Friday. I can't hear you. Something's wrong with my headset. And yeah, I'll be back on Friday
so spicy tonight.
for Spicy Times. We'll have a talk about
we're gonna have a
campaign
talk.
stuff. Oh,
We're gonna have a talk.
I'm excited.
Well. I'm going to
Have a talk.
run away.
Oh my God.
Zoom out times. Good night, everybody. Farewell, okay, bye. Zoom out, okay, bye. Farewell, okay, bye. Okay, bye. Wee, goodbye. Goodbye. Oh.
It turned into a beak stretch.